afternoon, we begin a new series on Monday Playbill called Test Drive. It's written by the award-winning playwright Dave Carley, and it stars Gordon Pinsent as Earl Hughes. Earl is an American Motors car dealer, and over the next 6 weeks, we're going to grow old with Earl and spend a lot of time driving around in his cars. Earl may seem like an ordinary man, but every time he takes a customer out for a test drive, he finds himself in extraordinary situations. The first episode is set in October of 1954. Toronto has been suffering a week of wild, rainy weather, but a young customer still wants Earl to take her out on a test drive. She's awful pretty, so Earl suspends his better judgment. Here now is The First Temptation of Earl, Episode 1 of Test Drive by Dave Carley.
My name is Earl Hughes. The introduction's necessary because we're spending the next 6 weeks together. And that's a little odd, at least from my vantage point, because while I have no doubt that you are fascinating and sophisticated, maybe even sexy, I'm not. I am most definitely not. I am about as ordinary a fellow as you'd ever care to overlook. There are just 3 things you need to know about me, and I'll tell them to you right now so you can make an informed decision about going forward with me over the next 6 weeks. First of all, I'm married to Dorothy. That's Dorothy if we're being formal, but at home I call her Dodo. And if we're down in the bomb shelter getting romantic, I call her Dode. I love Dorothy like a golden lab loves a slightly smarter human. Secondly, I've got 2 kids, Eleanor and Franklin. Dodo and I thought that if we gave them noble names, they might somehow stay trouble-free. The final important thing about me is my mistress. I've had one ever since I can remember. And except during the war, I've had a new one every year. Dorothy knows all about them. And in fact, we sometimes share the object of our passion. I'm pulling your leg. You're starting to think I'm not so ordinary after all. But the truth is, my mistresses are all cars. They beguile me. They fascinate me. They own me. And we're starting this back in 1954 because a couple of things happened that year that were actually remarkable enough to bear telling. That's me, there, in the somewhat loud plaid suit. The tall lad. Well, not really a lad, I guess. I was already 32 by then. I can hardly believe I was ever that skinny. I bet I could look directly down and still see my toes. But I'm not looking down, am I? I'm looking straight up at the showroom ceiling. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm afraid if I look anywhere else, I'm going to want to have a real gawk at that customer's sweater and the Jane Russell-ish way she's filling it out. And that's something you shouldn't do if you're serious about selling a woman a brand new 1954 Nash Metropolitan.
It's awfully small.
Well, yes, it is a compact, Miss,
Bambrick. Daphne.
Daphne. That's a nice name.
Oh, Daphne was a nymph. She was turned into a laurel bush to save her from the lust of Apollo.
Oh, seems a bit drastic.
Oh, he was mad with desire. Why are you looking at the ceiling?
Sorry. About the car. The Metropolitan was designed to be small because we've done studies that show that the average car load is only 1.8 persons.
You've actually done studies?
Well, not me personally, American Motors. What's so funny?
Oh, I had this image of you driving about town with a 0.8 person in the passenger seat. Would that be an armless rider or one with no left leg?
Oh, well, it could be 2.4 persons. Could I tell you about mileage?
Oh, I'd love to hear about mileage. You're looking at the ceiling again.
Yeah, I was calculating. These coupes get over 37 miles to the gallon, and compared to the average family sedan...
Will it get me to California?
Most definitely.
I'm driving a 39 Ford right now. It barely got me across the Bloor Viaduct this aft.
You're moving to the States?
Hollywood. I'm going to be discovered, Earl. Oh, may I call you Earl?
Sure.
Oh, I feel like I've spent my entire life cooped up in the Leaside Public Library. Earl, could I call you Jason?
Sure, if you want, but you just asked if you could call me Earl.
I know, but Jason had a ship named the Argo, and I'm buying a car named Nash, and both of us are setting out on epic voyages. And, Earl...
Jason.
I'm desperate for some pep in my life, but I'm afraid it needs to be inexpensive pep, if you catch my drift.
Well, the Metropolitan lists for under $1,500, and that's including a front bench seat upholstered in leather, nylon, and Bedford cord, and the dash-mounted gear shift.
I don't earn a lot at the library. I'm a galley slave. If it really was Jason's ship, I'd be below decks with the Argonauts rowing up a storm with all the sweaty fellas. Earl! I work for a pittance. And the only romance in that is that I'm sending books out into the great unknown to be read by the great unwashed. And that would be okay, except in reality, I'm only sending them into the bowels of Leaside, and how great and unknown is that?
Well,
To me, Leaside is the very epitome of the known. It's the heart of lightness.
Oh, thank goodness, there you are.
I have a customer.
Oh, well, yes, I have eyes. Daddy's about to cut the ribbon with Mayor Lamport, and he wants you up on the stage. I'm sorry to interrupt, miss.
Mayor Lamport's here?
Yes, today's the dealership's grand opening.
Oh, Lampy makes me laugh. The things he comes up with. Oh.
Well, the Star and Telegram have both sent photographers.
Oh.
Oh, you like the Metropolitan, do you?
Oh, yes, I do, very much. Jason has been telling me all about it.
Jason. Well, it is the ideal car for the single working woman.
And her armless boyfriend.
Her what? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, did you know that we, American Motors, that is, just presented a black convertible with gold fittings to Princess Margaret? Yeah, well, she loves it. But if I were you, I'd go with the coupe, not the convertible. Think of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, but we do have to go. Yeah, Earl?
Excuse me, Daphne.
Of course. Jason.
Earl! I was looking everywhere for you. You should be out here meeting people. The mayor's here, but oh no, where's Earl? Holed up in the showroom with Miss Curvy Curve, 1954.
I hadn't noticed.
Why was she calling you Jason?
Oh, something to do with the Argonauts.
What, she's a football fan?
No, I think she favors Greek sailors.
What? Does she really have a boyfriend without an arm? I suppose she does all the driving then.
She's going to California to get into the movies.
Huh. Well, she certainly has the figure for it.
She was very close to buying the Metropolitan.
Oh, Daddy's starting.
Hey, all right. Now, that was the Woburn Collegiate Institute Dixieland Band. Now, can we have a round of applause for them, huh? What, you didn't like them? Okay, that's better. Yeah, that was really nice. Well, now, first, I want to say how proud I am to be the first American Motors dealer in Toronto. After exclusively selling Nashes for 20 years, the Nash Combinator Corporation has merged with the fine folks at Hudson Motor Company. The future looks bright, very bright indeed. And on a personal note, Curran AMC is a family affair, too. I've got my son-in-law working with me, Earl. Hey, Earl, give him a wave. Yeah, that's Earl in the loud checks. Hey, nice suit, Earl. You ever get tired of selling cars? You can lie on the table and work on the chessboard. Okay, yeah. All right, without further ado, I will call on His Worship, Mayor Lamport, to come up and cut the ribbon. Lampy! Hey, now, where are you? Oh, hey, quit kissing the babies and get up here, Lampy.
That's my father-in-law, Harry Curran. Always 10% larger than life. He owns the dealership, Curran AMC. We've just moved into a spanking new spread on Eglinton East, right in the middle of the new commercial strip they're calling the Golden Mile. We should have had our grand reopening months ago, but Harry was under the weather all summer. We only got our new American Motors signs in September, and now it's the 10th of October, a bit nippy for an opening, and all fall the weather's been unsettled. But at least the rain held off today.
I never met a car I didn't like, especially the Knudsen and Hatch. Hey, what did I say this time? Okay, now let's cut this ribbon here. Where's the photographer from the telly? Harry, where's the scissors? Harry?
Yeah. So here I am.
Hey, Harry, tile for the smelly. Okay. I did that one on purpose. Smile for the telly. Harry, are you okay? Harry, oh, Lord.
Daddy? Oh, my God, Daddy?
Is there a doctor here? A doctor?
Harry had had some heart trouble earlier that summer, but he had just kept plowing on, planning the new dealership and selling cars, doing his best to ignore the angina attacks.
Earl? Earl, he's asking for you.
Harry was already pretty far gone. Dorothy was cradling his head, and the doctor had rushed out of the crowd and was starting to work on him. Harry looked up at me and still had the energy to motion for me to come close.
Earl, listen up. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's all yours now.
What's mine?
The whole shooting match.
Pardon?
Oh, damn it, Earl. Are you deaf? Current AMC. It's all yours, Earl. Earl,
Yes, sir.
don't screw it up.
I looked up at Dodo. Tears were beginning to spill down her cheeks. She was her daddy's girl, and his dying was going to be awful hard on her. Of course, I didn't know then. They weren't entirely tears of sorrow. Years later, she would confess to me that actually she was also mad as hell.
Earl, it's all yours. Don't screw it up.
Harry was giving the dealership to the wrong person. He'd spent his whole life selling things. This was the first thing he was giving away. And he got it wrong. Even in death, Harry Curran was bigger than life. The Telegram won the war of the front pages with a spectacular shot of Harry crumpling to the platform in front of Mayor Lamport, who was speechless for the first and last time in his career. After the funeral, we formed a cortege and drove from Eastminster United on the Danforth right across town to Mount Pleasant Cemetery. All the cars were Nash's, except the Cadillac hearse, an indignity to which Harry was in no shape to object. We no sooner got Harry in the ground than it started raining. And raining, and raining. At first, it was just a slow, steady downpour. And everyone said, at least we're not in the Caribbean, because they were having hurricanes down there. By midweek, the rain had gotten heavier, and the ground got saturated, and the local rivers, the Don and Humber and Rouge, all of them, were swelling to dangerous levels. I kept Curran AMC shut for 3 days out of respect for Harry. And then I reopened it midweek. But we weren't getting much business. The rain kept people away. And, more worrisome, Ford and Chev were in the middle of a price war and hogging all the showroom traffic. So there I was, king of an empty castle, sitting amid my Nashes and Ramblers and Metropolitans, watching the rain pour down in buckets outside. And then early Friday evening, October 18, with the rain sheeting down, Daphne Bambrick walked back in.
Oh, my word. I've never seen it like that.
It's like something out of Genesis. I should be selling arcs.
Oh, it's a little-known fact that Noah invented liquor.
You're well read.
I'm a librarian. It's my job. Oh, correction. It was my job.
Why?
Jason, I finally did it. I thought about sticking it out through the winter, but I just couldn't bear the thought of 6 more months of shelving books in Leaside. I've spent my entire life shelving books. And this week of rain, that's been the final straw.
You quit?
I'm going to California.
Oh.
It's sunny there. I'll be discovered and never see another cloud. Or book, for that matter. Do you still have my car?
The Met. Sure, but...
Let's take it out for a test drive.
Well...
Not the convertible, the coupe. That bossy woman last week was right. Convertibles are nice, especially in California, but I'm going to have to think of my appearance. I won't be discovered if my hair's been blown half off.
Daphne, you'd be discovered if you were bald. But, look, it's awfully wet out.
Are you saying this car won't work in the rain?
Oh, of course not. They're the very epitome of reliability. They're made in England under contract with Austin. But look at our car lot. It's a lake out there.
I want to make a trade today so I can leave for California first thing Monday. Jason would never have been daunted by a bit of water.
You're right. I'll just make a phone call, then lock up.
3 things here, none of them reflecting favorably on me. First of all, the whole time she had been talking, I couldn't help noticing, again, that she was an awfully attractive woman. Absolutely 100% discoverable. Number 2 was the fact that I'd sort of accidentally slipped my wedding band into my pocket. It just sort of slid off, like the devil had soaped up my ring finger. Because the devil knew I wasn't quite ready for a life of ordinary. The third thing, yeah. I could have told Daphne the call I had to make was to my wife. But of course I didn't.
You're going for a test drive now?
I know, it's nuts, but the customer insists.
Well, he's an idiot. There's a storm advisory. I just heard it on the radio.
We'll just go around the block.
Put him on. I'll persuade him to come back tomorrow.
Dodo.
Uh-huh.
It's a woman. She's very keen on the Metropolitan.
I thought it was a man. Didn't you just say it was a man?
I didn't say she was either. She's a librarian.
A librarian, huh? How old?
She says she's spent her entire life shelving books.
That's okay, then. But be careful. Most librarians are nuttier than fruitcakes. And make sure she takes a coupe out for the test drive. Those convertibles leak.
The Nash Metropolitan is a dinky thing. Just a bit of a front, a bit of a back, and 4 wheels. Inside, there's a bench front seat barely wide enough for 1.8 humans. That made for a lot of closeness to Daphne, who seemed to be growing even curvier in such a cramped space. She was a good driver. I hoped she'd just go around the block, but she headed west. I tried to hint that we might turn back, but I guess I was too subtle.
I haven't seen rain like this since the war. I served in the Atlantic.
How exciting.
Well, hardly. I was on a minesweeper based out of Halifax, HMCS Sarnia. Boy, there were some terrible storms on the Atlantic. But if it got too bad, we'd turn around, head right back to port.
What if there were enemy submarines?
Didn't matter. If it rained, back we went.
Oh, Earl, I want to drive by the library. Toot-toot at my colleagues. They'll be closing up.
Now, most of you don't know Toronto, and likely don't care to. And most facts about Toronto are pretty irrelevant to this story, except for this one. Curran AMC is on the east side of the Don Valley. My home and my wife and 2 small children are also on the east side of the Don Valley. The Leaside Public Library is on the west side of the Don Valley. The Don Valley is called that because it's a valley and it has a river running down its middle, coincidentally named the Don. We drove down Pottery Road to the bridge.
Oh, gosh. It's deep. Can you see the bridge?
It's right ahead of us. At least I think that's it.
The river's over its banks.
I drove over this without any problem an hour ago.
Yeah, that was in a Ford.
What are you implying?
Nothing. I mean, well, Fords are big. This car...
Oh, we'll be fine. Okay, here goes.
Wait.
Oh, that was exciting.
It was bloody scary.
Oh, the car held its traction very well. The water was right over the tires. I'm impressed.
We could have been washed away.
Oh, don't be silly.
We could have been swept down Lake Ontario.
Oh, well, we're fine, aren't we?
All right, let's go back by the Vloer Viaduct.
We climbed out of the valley, and I must say I was pleased with the Met's pickup. It had just swum across the Don River in the worst rainstorm I'd ever witnessed. And still we whipped back up the hill to Leaside in no time. Needless to say, all of Daphne's co-workers had long since fled home, so we decided to head down to Bloor Street and the viaduct.
I'll call you a taxi once we get back to the dealership.
Oh, I can drive back. What are those lights?
It's the police.
Oh.
He wants you to pull over.
How the heck do you roll down these windows?
There.
Right. Oh, they roll well. Yes, officer.
Viaduct's closed. It's a hurricane. Too dangerous. This little puff wouldn't stand a chance in that wind. You'll have to turn back.
You mean we can't cross the valley?
Not tonight. Just got word the Buttery Road Bridge is washed out.
Thank you, officer. I don't think I liked his attitude. This is not a putt-putt. This is my baby Ark.
Thus the geographic noose tightened. What had been blithely described as a weather advisory was fast becoming a full-fledged hurricane. The valley was flooded, the viaduct was closed. We were west, my home and my wife were east. The twain were not going to meet, not tonight. So where do you go in a hurricane?
Welcome to my humble abode.
That is incredible. Just from the car to here.
Oh, it's coming in the windows. Help me.
Oh, here.
Thanks.
There.
I'll put a towel along the bottom. Oh, I'm absolutely soaked. Look at my sweater. I'll be right back.
I tried to call Dodo when Daphne was changing. I picked up the phone and it was dead. Of course. And then I sneezed.
You should get out of those wet things.
Now, I think you can see where this might be heading. Daphne reemerged from her bedroom wearing a lovely Chinese silk kimono that might have been hanging in Hedy Lamar's closet. And when she threw me a pink terry cloth bathrobe that might have been hanging on Veronica Lake's bathroom door.
Go change in the bathroom and hand me out your clothes. I'll hang them up in the kitchenette.
All of which I obediently did, with a pounding heart. While I was changing, I could hear a bottle being opened and the thrilling ching-ching of ice cubes. A furious squabble was breaking out in my conscience. Well, that's not true. It wasn't an argument. The two voices were pretty much in agreement. The good voice was saying, "Don't even think of it." The other one, the bad voice, said, "Don't even think of it. Dodo will find out and kill you. But you'll die a happy man." And that forced the good voice to pipe up again. "Yield not to temptation, Earl." And I listened. Okay, that's not quite true. Something else had to happen before I yielded not.
I don't know if pink's my color. Well, here are my clothes.
Thanks, Jason.
She took my wet bundle and began shaking them out. And guess what shook out along with the water?
Oh, a ring. Where did that come from?
My pocket.
Where was it before that?
Oh, boy.
Earl?
On my finger?
Ah,
That bossy woman you met last week, she's sort of my wife.
sort of, eh? What's her name?
Dorothy. I call her Dodo.
Ah, so you're married.
Uh-huh.
And do you have children?
2. Eleanor and Franklin. Look, Daphne, I'm sorry. This was a big mistake.
Relax, Earl. Nothing is going to happen now. I was actually getting suspicious you were married. When you slunk over to make that phone call before we had the test drive. Oh, I've had my share of men slinking off to make phone calls. And I'll flirt up a storm with married fellas, but I never let it go further than that. Now, help me hang up your things, and then we'll have a drink and wait this storm out.
Outside, Hurricane Hazel was sweeping through Toronto. We had no idea sitting there in Daphne's comfortable little place how deadly that storm was. 81 died in Ontario, 35 on one Toronto street alone. Houses had been swept down the Humber and all the area rivers had flooded. The next morning, my clothes were dry. We drove back to Curran AMC across the viaduct, in silence. The city, which had seemed so ordinary, so benign just the day before, was a far less certain place now. People had died. Homes had disappeared. Wives, who had been merely worried sick, were about to become really, really angry.
Earl, there there you are. I've been worried sick. We called the police, but of course they didn't know anything. And oh, Earl, thank God. Oh.
Hello, I'm Daphne.
I see.
No, Dodo, you don't.
You're the librarian.
Yes.
You don't look like a librarian.
Oh, perhaps that's because I quit?
You were here last week, weren't you?
Daphne's driving to California on Monday. All the way to California.
Oh, is that a fact?
Dorothy was looking very dangerous. I wondered which of her many instincts would take over first. The one to kill me, or the instinct to rid the world of what she was apparently seeing as a dangerous rival. But I had clear forgotten that with my wife, there was something far stronger beating in her pragmatic heart. Dodo swallowed so hard her eyes bugged out, and then the scowl on her face slowly turned to that cunning Curran smile.
So, Daphne, how'd you find the coop?
And that was that. Dorothy made the sale. Daphne signed the papers, wrote a check, and headed off into the light rain, off our lot, out of my life, out of this country, and in fact, right out of this story. And then Dodo and I drove home to the kids. I was still expecting to be at least moderately killed. So when Dodo finally broke the silence to suggest something far less serious than death, I was in no mood to argue.
Earl, I thought about this, and don't even think about trying to stop me. I'm going to start working at the dealership starting Monday. I'll do all the selling to the women from now on, and I'll take them for all the test drives. I can't have you out all night with librarians every time there's a bloody hurricane.
And so Dodo started work on Monday. Almost immediately, she became Curran AMC's best salesperson. Women look for different things in cars, and Dodo knew what those different things were. And it was nice working with my wife. For starters, I didn't have to think so much. No more gazing intently at the ceiling because I was tempted by another woman. Not with Dodo lurking behind every rambler. That's not it. I never fell into the dark valley of temptation again because I had a reminder right there among my cars that I already loved a great woman. And what's more, she was selling 3 Nash Metropolitans a week.
That was The First Temptation of Earl, Episode 1 of Test Drive by Dave Carley. In the cast, Gordon Pinsent was Earl, Jeff Bowes was young Earl, Deanne de Gruyter was Dorothy, Terry Hawks was Daphne Bambrick, Ken James was Harry Curran, Sandy Webster was May Allen Lamport, and the policeman. The associate producer was Colleen Woods, the recording engineer was Wayne Richards, sound effects were by Matt Wilcock. Test Drive was produced and directed in Toronto by Linda Grierson.
The roundup continues on Monday, then, with the second episode in our encore presentation of the series Test Drive. All 6 episodes written by the award-winning playwright Dave Carley. They star Gordon Pinsent as Earl Hughes, an American Motors car dealer who we follow over 5 decades. This week's episode is set in 1962. The Cuban Missile Crisis looms over North America, and Earl finds himself faced with an empty car showroom as his customers prepare for war. Here, then, is Missiles and Mennonites, Episode 2 of Test Drive by Dave Carley.
There are 2 schools of thought on the 1950s. The professors tell us the 50s were a wasteland of bad taste and social evils, whitewashed in 2-tone pastel. Okay, they're paid to say stuff like that, because those of us who actually lived through the decade tend to remember it as a happy time, when we were building businesses and families and living lives of relative normalness after the terrible disruptions of the war years. Dorothy and I took over her father's American Motors dealership in 1954, and Curran AMC prospered, mostly because of Dodo's business smarts. Our children, Eleanor, Speedy as we call her, and Franklin both grew like weeds, but were still too young to cause us grief. And we bought a split level in Don Mills. How was any of that bad? But then the 50s ended. The 60s were an altogether different kind of decade. Take the month this story happens, in October 1962. It's been especially nasty. Normally at this point I'd stick my paw out to you and say, I'm Earl Hughes. I sell cars. And then I'd steer you over to one of our new Rambler Classics, which just won the Motor Trend Car of the Year award. But instead, I'm standing here in my showroom, Friday, October 22nd, 1962, and there's not a customer in sight. Why? Everyone's at home, waiting to get blown up.
Oh, where is everyone?
Home, digging bomb shelters.
Well, that would explain that fresh mound of dirt behind the Gillespie's garage.
And Millie Dunham's been canning and preserving like a madwoman all week. Dodo, if people think the Ruskies are going to blow them to smithereens by the weekend, they aren't going to feel the need for a brand new Rambler.
Well, if they had one iota of self-respect, they would. You don't want to meet your maker with a rust bucket in the garage.
Well, you have to hand it to Speedy. Our resident Cassandra's looking pretty smart right about now.
Speedy is a nut.
Dodo.
Well, she is.
Well, you can't call your own daughter a nut.
Oh, I can, and I did. She should be doing her homework or going on dates with nice boys, not playing house in a bomb shelter. Oh, how on earth did I get a daughter like that?
Why don't you come to my office and I'll remind you?
Oh, Earl, we're at work.
Who's working? We haven't seen a customer in 3 hours. No one will see us.
You know, if anyone had told me you'd still be this Randy after 17 years of marriage,
You'd what?
Well, I'd still have married you. But I have a better idea. How about tonight, when the kids are in bed, we could sneak downstairs, we could see what it's like in the, Speedy bunker.
Don't we have to ask Speedy for permission?
Oh, it's our house.
It's her bunker.
A brief note here on the origin of names. Speedy's real name is Eleanor, after Eleanor Roosevelt, of course. But she got the name Speedy 2 ways. The official story, the one you're getting, is she couldn't wait to be delivered at the hospital. She made her appearance in the back seat of my father-in-law's Nash as we dashed to East York General. That was back in winter, 1946. Almost everything Speedy has done since birth has belied her name. She's a thoughtful, studious girl who likes nothing better than to settle down in the hammock with a thick novel. But last year, she began reading all the literature the emergency measures people have been putting out. And she badgered and badgered me until I cemented the floor and walls of our basement crawl space, according to specs she'd found in the library. And as international tensions have escalated over Cuba, she's poured her energies into preparing our shelter, which we've come to call the Speedy Bunker.
Speedy should be dating boys.
You'd kill her.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd kill them.
Oh, she's 17, and to the best of my knowledge, she hasn't been on one single date. She's always reading. You don't get dates reading. Girls get dates by watching boys do things, like basketball.
Oh, listen to yourself.
What?
You never did that.
Well, it doesn't matter what I did.
You couldn't spend 30 seconds watching someone else do something.
It all depends on the boy you're trying to catch. If I'd sat back in high school and watched you do things, I'd have been bored senseless. You mostly doodled pictures of cars. Anyway, if I just watched you, you never would have noticed me. Earl.
What?
I said you never would have noticed me.
That's true.
Earl.
Oh, of course I noticed you. You were the most beautiful girl at Riverdale High. Ravishing. I was so ravished, I couldn't get the courage up to ask you out. Oh, that was a compliment.
You're such a bad liar. It drives me crazy. I was the only girl at Riverdale High with her own car. That's why you noticed me. Oh, Earl, I just want Speedy to be happy. And I don't think all this atom bomb gloom and doom stuff is helping. It's so negative. She'd be so much happier if she just had a boyfriend making her miserable. Why don't you go and have a talk with her?
I found Speedy in her bomb shelter. She was wallpapering it in a vivid floral pattern.
Oh, that's very nice, Speedy.
I got a deal at the hardware. I told them they were getting vaporized on Monday, so why not give it to me half price? They couldn't dispute the logic. And the flowers will remind us of the beauty of nature, because believe me, after next week there will be no nature to speak of. Hey, guess what? Franklin finally got the air exhaust working. Flip the switch.
Okay, where's the...
Right there. It's a bit loud, but we'll get used to it. The used air comes out at the bottom of the garden. I just haven't figured out where the new air comes from yet.
Speedy.
Yes, Dad?
Speedy, I think we should start calling you Eleanor.
I like Speedy.
Well, I know, but some people might think it's strange.
Why?
It's not a young woman's kind of a name. It's cute for a kid, but you're 17 now.
Nobody's ever found it strange before.
Well, maybe a nice boy would.
What nice boy? Oh, I know what you're getting at. You think I'll get a date if I'm an Eleanor, not a Speedy. You've been talking to Mom.
No.
Daddy, you're such a bad liar.
Okay. She thinks you should go watch boys play basketball.
Why would I spend my last hours on the planet watching a bunch of smelly guys playing stupid basketball?
You'd rather wallpaper a bomb shelter?
What else does Mom say I'm doing wrong?
She says you should stop taking public transit.
She really said that?
Well, no, that's what I think. It sets a bad example for the general public if the daughter of a car dealer is seen on a bus.
But I like the bus.
I didn't hear that.
And I love the subway.
Oh, now you're just being perverse. Honey, isn't the fall semi-formal coming up?
So?
So, don't you want to go to it?
No.
I hear they're holding it at Casa Loma. Oh, Speedy, stop for a second. Turn and look at me. Stop wallpapering. Speedy. Now look at me. Be honest.
Sometimes I think about it. Darlene and Laurie are going, but that's because Darlene's brother forced two guys to ask them. Franklin's too little to force some guy to ask me.
Boys don't need forcing to ask you out.
Dad, trust me on this. No one will ask me.
Then for Pete's sake, do what your mother did. Ask a boy out yourself.
Mom went out with guys?
No, me.
She asked you out on a date?
It was a Sadie Hawkins dance. I never would have asked her out in a million years. I was scared to death of her.
Plus, I can just imagine what her idea of a good time would be. She'd try and sell you a car.
Speedy, show respect.
Sorry.
Anyway, she had her own car, a 39 Nash Ambassador 8 convertible coupe. Fender skirts, radio, cigar lighter, bed convert. Oh, it was something. Honey, unfortunately, most men need convincing. They're really good ones, like me. They sort of need to be clubbed over the head and dragged back to the cave.
Well, I've got the Speedy bunker. I could drag one in here.
I wasn't meaning to be literal. Will you think about it, Eleanor?
Okay, I'll think about it. And Daddy?
Yes?
I still want to be called Speedy.
Okay.
It's who I am. And Daddy?
Yes, Speedy?
I've got 40 bottles of water in the garage that have to be brought down. Do you mind? And Mrs. Dunham has a case of peach preserve she's giving us.
Speedy wasn't being entirely truthful with me. There were, in fact, boys she liked at school. But a month ago, she'd painted herself into a corner of squaredom from which she could never emerge.
Today's presentation is by Speedy Hughes, and it's on...
Emergency readiness. Thank you, Mr. Cooper. My fellow classmates, in one short second, you could be a pile of ash, about a half shoebox worth. Mr. Cooper may be a whole shoebox.
Thanks, Speedy.
The Russians have hundreds of atom bombs aimed at New York City and Washington. And if just one of them falls short, guess where it lands? Right here, Don Mills, Toronto. Mr. Cooper, can you pull down the world map, please? You see, we're right on the bomb trajectory. Look at the map. They launch from the Ural Mountains there. The bombs arc over the Northwest Territories, Hudson Bay, down... Oh, no, I'm running out of gas. I'm going to hit Don Mills. And thus we are all atomic toast. I wouldn't laugh if I were you, but with a little foresight, we can avoid tragedy. I've run off a basic bomb shelter design on the Gestetner.
Class.
Darlene, can you hand them around? Well, let's talk about nutrition. You actually don't need a lot to survive. A few unprocessed staple foods is all. If you learn how to prepare and use whole grain wheat or corn, and beans, you can use beans. I've made a list.
Class.
Remember, all your food sources must come from before the bomb drops. Soybeans are good. Through that. Please listen to me.
Oh, another day of no customers. How did your talk with Speedy go?
Fine. She'll think about dating. Dodo, do you think that's a customer?
No, just a kid. Probably wants a used. You deal with him.
Sure. Hello. Hello, son. Can I help you?
Well, yes. Yes, you can.
I'm Earl. Earl Hughes.
Dan Burkholder.
Are you looking for a trade-in?
Got nothing to trade.
Oh.
Unless you take horses.
No horse trading here. What's that?
Earl! There's a goddamn horse in the lot.
Oh, it's mine. Chum.
Chum?
That's the horse's name.
It's okay, Dodo. It's the customers. You really don't want to trade Chum for a car, do you?
No. That was a joke. I want to buy a new car.
Well, you're in the right place. What do you fancy?
Something plain.
Plain?
You look surprised.
Well, I've never actually sold anything before by calling it plain. And I certainly never expected someone your age to want something plain. Fellas like you want something powerful, something you can soup up, not plain.
Oh, but that's why I came here. American Motors cars are the plainest around.
Don't ever let my wife hear you say that.
Why aren't there any other customers?
It's the Cuban thing.
What Cuban thing?
You don't know? Okay, plain. I guess our most economical car, the basic one, the plainest one, is the Rambler American. Take a look at the four-door sedan here. Well, yeah, now that I look at it, it's real plain. But don't take my word on it. I'll call Dorothy over. Dodo, can you come over here a moment?
Oh, yes, Earl. Coming.
Just want to get your opinion on something.
Sure. Hello.
This is Dan Burkholder. He owns the horse. But now he wants a plain car. I was telling him that the Rambler American is the epitome of plain.
Earl, have you lost your mind? The American is a sexy, cute car. And a young lad driving the, convertible model with vinyl bucket seats, which recline all the way back. He'd have to fight the girls off with a broom.
No, that's not the right answer.
There isn't a plainer car around, just four wheels on a box. Why do you want plain?
Oh, well, it's my only hope that they'll go for it.
Who's they?
My parents. Does the chrome come off? I knew a family once that took the chrome off. My dad still won't speak to them, but that was 10 years ago. Maybe he's changed.
I'm missing something here. Did your dad stop speaking to them because they wrecked the look of a car? Because although I don't condone vandalizing cars, not talking to someone over a bit of chrome is pretty drastic.
We're Mennonites.
Oh, well, that explains the hoss in my lot.
Chum.
We're what you'd likely call old order. There's a colony of us south of Markham. We're strict. My father's just about the strictest. My brother, he moved to Waterloo and bought a tractor. Dad doesn't speak to him. But he might change. Maybe if I can show them this car and ask them to imagine it without the chrome around the side, he might accept it. It's nearly impossible to drive a buggy into Markham now. They need a car.
Well, bring them in. I'll have that thing looking as plain as Pat Nixon's cloth coat.
As what?
Just an expression.
Well, you see, they'll never come into the city. I've got to take the car to them. Could we take it for a test drive?
Well, sure.
I mean, to the farm.
What about old Chum?
Oh, I'll tie him to a tree. He'll be fine.
Dorothy, do we have any trees?
There's one out back. I'll get him a pail of water. Oh, Dan, before I go, one question. Why do you want a car? Is it just because the traffic's getting too bad for horses?
I guess I want a car. Because it's a car.
That's reason enough.
I tossed the keys to Dan. He tossed them right back. He'd never driven. So this was going to be a precedent-setting test drive. I would do all the driving, and once we got back to his farm, he would do the selling.
You really would take the chrome off? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but where does it say in the Bible that cars can't have chrome?
It's vain. Prideful.
Will your parents go for a car radio?
No chance. Once I rode into Markham and bought a radio, Dad threw it in the fire. I went back and bought a transistor. I hide it under my floorboard. I listen at night.
What kind of music do you like?
Beach Boys, Jan and Dean, surfing stuff.
You and my daughter.
I listen to Chum, so that's what I called my horse.
He really burned the radio?
Yeah. That was 2 years ago. Maybe he's changed.
Dan, I don't like to rain on a possible sale, but nothing your father's done recently is giving me much hope he's going to go for this car.
Well, Dad doesn't want anything to change, but the city's almost surrounding us now. Something's going to have to give. Can I try the radio?
Sure.
1000. Khrushchev still has not given the Americans a response. Meanwhile, in Havana, Fidel Castro...
Sorry. I can't bear to listen anymore to the Cuba thing. It's killing my business.
What's going on?
Well, there's a big problem with them having nuclear weapons.
People are really worried.
My daughter's built a bomb shelter.
How will I know when the bomb drops?
Either Chum will interrupt the Beach Boys, or you'll hear the boom.
Well, that'll get me off the farm.
Is that what this is really about?
What?
You want to leave home?
Every time I see a car go by. Where'd it come from? Where's it going? How come it's going somewhere and I'm not? There's our lane.
The laneway was just 2 ruts up to a very plain frame farmhouse. The house was so plain that our Rambler American looked kind of garish alongside it. Dan went inside. I amused myself by thinking about farms. Sitting in that barnyard, which was so peaceful. I couldn't imagine a nuclear war ever happening. And yet I don't much like farms. I know they're necessary, but to my mind, their chief value is that they're out of the city. And if you want to get to one, you have to own a car. Next, I thought about Mennonites, especially Dan's variety. And it occurred to me that not owning a car is perverse. It's about as perverse as Speedy enjoying public transit. Next, it occurred to me that maybe I saw the world through a very unique kind of 4-wheeled prism. And then the farmhouse door flew open and Dan stalked out. He was carrying a pillowcase stuffed with clothes, his transistor, and a Bible.
Let's go.
Are you okay?
No.
What's that stuff?
He told me to leave, so that's what I'm doing.
We drove back to the dealership in silence.
How'd it go with the folks?
Not well. Dan got the boot.
They threw you out for wanting a car?
It wasn't just the car, ma'am. My father and I have been fighting for years. The car was just the final straw. I'm very sorry for wasting your time.
What will you do now?
I don't know. I'm a free man. Whatever that means.
I left Dan with his horse and yanked Dodo behind a 1960 Ambassador Country Club 4-door hardtop with a V8.
What do we do?
What do you mean, what do we do?
What do we do about Dan?
He's not our problem.
He's got nowhere to go.
Well, he can get a room, that's all. Why?
What, he's going to ride Chum downtown? Then how will he pay for a room? I doubt he has 2 nickels to rub together. I don't even think he owns a wallet. Dodo, he's coming home with us.
Oh, he's not.
Dodo, in the 17 years we've been married, I haven't asked you for much, but I am telling you this. I'm not leaving that lad in the lurch. If he was good enough to sell a car to an hour ago, he's good enough to come home with us. End of discussion.
By the time we'd driven home, Dorothy had figured out that Dan could use the pullout in the rec room and Chum could graze behind the garage for a few days until the neighbors complained. And given that everyone was worried about the bomb, we likely had a grace period. Bringing Dan to Don Mills was a bit like introducing the Encino Man to modern society. He stood in our front walk and gazed at our split level with reverence. The fact that he was actually going to stay in a place with electricity, 3 radios, 1 TV, a dishwasher, running water, and a garage with an automatic door filled him with overwhelming awe. And something else filled him with awe as well. Speedy. Actually, it was mutual awe. Speedy took one look at Dan. He took one look at her. And it was like there was a 500-piece Mennonite violin orchestra hovering over Don Mills. Okay, maybe there's no such thing as a Mennonite string orchestra, but there was definitely music in the air.
You're making preserves.
Applesauce.
For when the bomb drops.
Yes. How did you know?
I just guessed. I think it's a really good idea.
You do?
To be prepared. When I was young, I used to help my mother preserve.
You did?
Yes. I waxed the tops and sealed the jars.
You did?
Uh-huh. Can I watch you?
Watch me? Oh, yes. And then, if you want to do the waxing, I'll watch you.
Okay, it's all my fault. But first, a couple of things didn't happen. The Russians caved to the Americans' pressure and no bombs dropped, and Dan didn't move out. He came in every day with us to Curran AMC, starting as a janitor. The passing of the Cuban crisis didn't dampen Speedy's ardor for emergency preparation, and in fact, she seemed to be redoubling her efforts in the bomb shelter. She said bombs often fell when you least expected them. One Sunday, Dodo and I came home from church, and no one answered our hello. All was quiet on the basement front, way too quiet. Dodo looked at me, I looked at her, and we rushed down to the bomb shelter. And there they were. Still clothed, mercifully, but very, very horizontal.
Speedy.
Dan?
Hi, Mom.
Speedy.
Sir, it's Earl.
Speedy, I'm surprised at you.
It's okay, Mom.
It's not okay. It looks like we got here in the nick of time.
But we're engaged.
You're what? You can't be. You're too young. That's ridiculous. Earl, say something. Tell her it's ridiculous. She's only 17.
Oh, Mrs. Hughes, my parents got married at 17.
I asked Earl to say something, not you. You oversexed Mennonite.
Dorothy.
Mom! Well,
we were married pretty young.
That's not the point. We've just come home and found our daughter in a darkened bomb shelter shamelessly being shameless.
What's so bad about it? Dad said you chased him all through high school. That's shameless.
Speedy.
Earl?
Oh, boy.
Earl, you have 3 seconds to correct that.
Correct what?
Who chased who?
I chased you.
I'll say it with conviction. Speedy, you're a smart and pretty girl, and you don't need to chase boys. And you especially shouldn't be down in bomb shelters with them. It leads to things happening.
Like sex?
Yes, S-E-X.
Which leads to what? Oh, right, it leads to girls named Speedy.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't think you need to talk about it in front of Dan.
Oh, that's okay, Mrs. Hughes. She's already told me. It happens in our community, too. We call it bundling.
Mom, I've been able to do basic math since I was 7. I'm not called Speedy because I was born in Grandpa's car on the way to East York General. I'm Speedy because you got married and I was born in Grandpa's car practically on your honeymoon.
True. But it was all your father's fault.
Speedy was, however, only 17. We made them wait a year, but when that passed, they were still determined to marry. I'm Earl Hughes. I sell cars. But not right now. That's me, standing there in my tux. Yeah, believe it or not, that's me. I look quite handsome, if I do say so myself. And those tears in my eyes are those of a proud father who's about to lose his little girl, even if she is only moving down to the basement. I'm about to walk the speedster down the aisle. That's Dan waiting for her at the front. My son Franklin's his best man. Nobody's here from Dan's family. He's sad about that, but he's got us now, for better and for worse. I should end this by tempering my earlier statements on Mennonites. Yes, Dan's folks shouldn't have kicked him out, and they also should have come to his wedding. On the other hand, they did something right because their lad has made a great husband for Speedy. And yes, if the whole world suddenly went strict Mennonite on us, it would kill the car industry. But it also occurs to me that in a world consisting of Mennonites, there wouldn't be Cuban Missile Crises and atom bombs and speedy bunkers. I'd just about give up my car to live in a world like that. Just about.
That was Missiles and Mennonites by Dave Carley, the second in our six-part series Test Drive. Gordon Pinson was Earl, Jeff Bowes was the young Earl, Deanna Greuter was Dorothy, Andrew Tarbett Dan, Catherine Fitch was Speedy, Mike Peterson was the newscaster, and Mr. Cooper. Colleen Woods was the associate producer, the recording engineer Wayne Richards, sound effects by Matt Wilcott. Test Drive was produced and directed in Toronto by Linda Grierson. James Roy, the executive producer. We'll press on now with Monday Playbill, and the third in the series called Test Drive. All six written by Dave Carley, and starring Gordon Pinson as Earl Hughes, an American Motors car dealer whom we follow over 5 decades. This week's episode is set in 1968, at the height of Trudeau-mania. Earl is having a good decade, and his American Motors dealership is pulling in customers with its new line of cars. But Earl's wife, Dorothy, has bigger plans for her husband. An election has been called, and Ottawa needs an expert on the car industry. Who better than Earl? Here now is Driving Bob, Episode 3 of Test Drive by Dave Carley.
I think I told you once I was the most ordinary guy on the planet, or words to that effect. I still stand by that claim. But every now and then in my life, Lady Remarkable has reared her tempestuous head, like in 1968. Oh, there was a lot of Remarkable that year. Ordinary old me ran for Parliament, and I just about destroyed the career of an extraordinarily decent politician in the process, though none of it was my fault. My name is Earl Hughes. I should be out on the lot selling cars. It's what I love doing best, but take a look. That's me, loitering in the showroom of the Curran American Motors dealership, my dealership. Well, mine and my wife Dorothy's. I'm the one in the flash suit. I don't know if there's actually a name for that color. Dried mustard? How about that wide mauve tie? My hippie son Franklin gave it to me for Christmas. My hair's a bit longer now, touching the ears, and it's flecked with plenty of gray. That's another gift from Franklin. My sideburns are bushy, and my girth is definitely girthy. I've always believed a decent man's waistline should be roughly equal to his age. I'm 46. My waist is catching up. All that size makes it difficult to get away with eavesdropping on my wife.
Look at those cars. They're like my children.
Dorothy's a lot better at selling cars than I am. After all, it's in her blood. Curran AMC was her father's dealership before he passed it along to me, his final act as he lay dying. Dodo should be out selling cars too, but she's having a meeting with some kind of big shot, and I can't quite hear what they're talking about. It's driving me crazy.
Right outside the door. Should I call him in? Earl! Oh, hi, you're right there.
Yeah, I was
That's
just...
okay, dear. I want you to come meet Mr. Fleming. He has a very interesting proposition for you. Come in. I'll just shut the door. Hear him out. Mr. Fleming, this is my husband, Earl.
Ernie, please. Good to meet you, Earl.
Have a seat, Earl.
So, Dorothy says you have an interesting proposition. Usually that's my job, interesting propositions. You gonna sell me a car?
Man with a sense of humor. Excellent. We need that. Remember Adlai Stevenson? Funny guy.
Stevenson was a Democrat.
Funny politics. Funny odd. Don't like it.
And Stevenson always lost.
Right, loser. Funny pathetic. Definitely don't like it. No more jokes, Earl.
What's this about?
Well, Mr. Fleming, or Ernie, has something he wants to ask you. Please don't say no right away.
Earl. May I call you Earl? Earl?
Time to shine. Time to take the car act on the road, so to speak. Time to stride around the big showroom, our nation's capital, Ottawa. Ottawa calling Earl Hughes.
Okay.
Well, what Mr. Ernie means is...
The Tory party wants you.
Oh, don't worry about that. I always vote Conservative. Do you want a donation?
No, we want you to run.
Run?
Give it some thought, dear.
We need you. Riverdale Riding calling Earl Hughes. Give Earl a whirl. No, that's almost funny. Can't use that. You can't lose with Hughes. That's better.
Whoa, wait a minute. You want me to run as...
Election's coming up. That Trudeau fella, slippery devil, he's bound to drop the writ any day now. Capitalize on all that excitement they had at their leadership convention. Liberals are like that. Sneaky. Except we're ready for the buggers. We've got our own new leader, Bob Stanfield, and we're getting our candidates lined up. Ducks in a row, bang, bang, bang. Okay, we're not shooting our ducks. They're lined up. Our ducks, they're lined up to win. Lined up to go to Ottawa, all over Toronto, everywhere except Riverdale Riding, because that's the riding with your name on it, Earl Hughes, MP.
But we don't even live in Riverdale. We've lived in Don Mills for 15 years. People hate it when a candidate is parachuted in.
Well, you grow up in Riverdale. They won't see you as a parachute candidate.
You're a native Riverdalian.
Yeah.
But we moved to Don Mills because we didn't like it there.
Well, that's irrelevant. Nobody likes living in Riverdale.
It's not a conservative area.
True. It's pink. Lots of pinkos in Riverdale. But so what? Trudeau's a pinko. Tommy Douglas is a pinko. The Liberals and NDP are going to kill each other off, pinko-wise, and then we're waltzing up the middle. Or in your case, driving.
Are you guys serious?
Serious as hell, Earl. Serious as hell is good. Funny as hell is bad. So what do you say?
I'm speechless.
Oh, speechless is bad, Earl. Very, very bad.
I asked Fleming for a bit of time, a day or two, to think it over. I was definitely intrigued, and more than a little flattered. I imagined myself in Parliament. Question period. I could ask probing questions about the auto industry. Parliament needs an expert on the auto industry. And I wouldn't be intimidated in the least. The House of Commons is just a big showroom with lots of surly customers yelling things. Curran AMC is sometimes like that. We called a family council that night. Dodo, me, and my daughter Speedy, who was currently in the family way. Speedy's husband Dan was at the dealership. And, well, my son Franklin was supposed to be at the meeting, but he wasn't.
Where's Franklin?
He's down in the bomb shelter. He's painting it black.
Why?
So we can see his black light posters.
Would you get him, dear?
Frank! Frank!
I think your mother meant, could you go get him?
Oh, Dad, it's not easy getting up. I can't just run downstairs to the bomb shelter, throw back the door, and drag Franklin out like I used to. I could keel right over with that kind of exertion. I am with child.
Speedy, newsflash. Women have been with child before. I myself was with two. Go get Franklin. The exercise will do you good.
Oh, man. I swear my feet are so swollen I can barely stand on them. Like walking on Jell-O. Killer Jell-O. This is a terrible thing that was done to me. Dan should be pregnant even for 1 day. Men don't know the misery they cause. Franklin!
She's going to drive me batty. It's those books she's reading. Books are bad for Speedy.
Hey!
She believes everything she reads. Remember when she was obsessed with bomb shelters? That was from books.
Franklin!
Well, now she's found some books that blame men for everything.
Don't make me walk all the way downstairs.
Poor Speedy.
Oh, you spoil her.
She's a good kid.
Well, she's acting like a holy martyr. I didn't raise a holy martyr. Well, apparently I did, but I sure didn't intend to.
Found him. Thank the Lord you didn't make me go all the way down the stairs.
You're so bourgeois.
Why is it bourgeois to be pregnant? I'm only doing my bit to preserve the patriarchy. You should be happy about that, Frankie. You'll be part of the patriarchy one day if you can keep your head clear.
Where's Dan? He's still at the dealership. Smashing up cars.
Mom, he's insulting my husband again.
Honey, he did back an ambassador into the showroom wall yesterday.
An ambassador?
SST, two-door hardtop V8.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You'd think after all these years, Dan would be a better driver.
We have something very important and potentially wonderful to discuss. Your father has had the great honor of being asked to run for Parliament. And we want to know what you two think about it before he goes ahead and does it.
That's democratic.
What do you know about politics, Dad?
Oh, you don't have to know anything. They give you a book of policies, and all you do is memorize it. What Mum means is, will it upset either of you if I do?
Sounds like you've already decided.
Well, your mother thinks it's a swell idea, and I'm at the age where I could use a challenge. And the dealership doesn't need me. Your mom's selling cars like gangbusters. The new line is hot. Those Javelins are generating incredible showroom traffic. And, well, the Conservatives have a new leader, Mr. Stanfield, and I like the kind of man he is.
Hold on. The Conservatives?
Uh-huh.
Oh, great. Great. My dad running for the militaristic Vietnam occupying establishment.
Son, there aren't any Tories occupying Vietnam.
You and all your capitalist scum buddies are making a fortune running guns to the States for your imperialist ventures.
I sell cars.
American cars.
They're built in Brampton, 15 miles west of here.
It's an American branch plant.
Whew. Franklin doesn't seem to like the idea much. Where's he gone, anyway?
Back to the Speedy bunker.
He spends too much time in the bomb shelter. It's interfering with his nice temperament.
Dad, have you noticed it smells funny down there?
Yes, and that's why Franklin fixed its ventilation system. It moves the air right out of there and out that pipe at the back of the garden. I gave him $50 to pay for a new motor.
Oh, Dad, paging Mr. Naive.
What?
Have you seen what's going on at the back of the garden, around that air vent, where Franklin's air comes back out? The birds are all lying on the grass.
Speedy.
The cat's been lying there with them.
Speedy.
The cat hasn't so much as batted a paw at the birds. Birds and cats are lying on the grass together, purring and tweeting.
Speedy.
That's not natural. Go down there and inhale, Daddy.
Speedy, that's enough.
He doesn't have to breathe that stuff all day.
What stuff?
Speedy, I'm warning you. The less he knows, the better. If he's going into politics, a certain amount of ignorance is good. It's important for a politician to remain as ignorant as humanly possible.
So, Speedy, what do you think about me running? Seriously, I mean, I guess I know what Franklin thinks, but what about my little girl? Speedy?
If I didn't have this reminder of the male dictatorship growing inside me, I'd be jumping for joy, Dad. I would. You're the most honest man in the world, except for my Danny, and you definitely drive better than he does. I think you should do it.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
And so it began, my brilliant political career. There was a brief nominating meeting at a school attended by about 8 people, 3 of whom were related to me. Franklin boycotted. Actually, he picketed, but thankfully he went to the wrong school. The Riverdale riding was indeed fairly left-wing, and had never seen fit to send a Tory to Parliament. And once I started campaigning, I noticed that all everyone wanted to talk about was Trudeau. They didn't actually say they were going to vote for him, but they couldn't stop talking about him, like he was the political equivalent to the Ford Mustang. In retrospect, I should have been more worried, but we had our own new leader, Robert Lorne Stanfield, a man of unimpeachable integrity, who coincidentally made quality underwear. As a matter of fact, I'd kept that man's name pressed against my backside for over 4 decades. Stanfield. With such an intimate relationship already established, how could I have run for anyone else? As the weeks progressed, I also found that I truly enjoyed campaigning door to door. It was a bit like working in the showroom, except the air was fresher, and Dodo wasn't monitoring my every move. Anyway, I had thought everything was going pretty well, but then, after a couple of weeks, Ernie Fleming, the PC organizer, accompanied me on a canvass.
It's decent of you to come around with me like this.
Well, I just thought we'd see how your door-to-door style's coming. Okay, let's try this house.
Oh, no, we can skip that one.
Why?
There's a Volkswagen in the driveway.
So?
So that means they're New Democrats. Next door, look, they have a Buick Wildcat. That's much more hopeful. Let's go there.
Earl, you have to talk to everyone. Come on.
But I was right. The young man who owned the Volkswagen slammed the door in our face, and the man who owned the Buick Wildcat invited us in for coffee. I asked him about his car, and he said it was okay. He liked the power, but it guzzled gas. So I suggested to him that he come and look at our new Javelins, which were beautiful, sporty, and got great mileage. I gave him Dodo's business card. It wasn't until I got back to the street that I remembered I forgot to ask him to vote for me. Ernie Fleming didn't seem too impressed.
How'd it go today, dear?
Oh, really well.
How many votes did you line up?
None, actually. But there's a guy who's going to trade us his Wildcat, and 2 nice ladies who are going to come in and look at the Rambler Americans, and a kid who's doing his school science project on the aerodynamics of the AMX Sports Coupe. And, Dorothy, there is going to be a big rally next week. Ernie will explain. Ernie!
Sorry. I was just admiring that Javelin. That's a hell of a sexy sports car.
Oh, did you want to test drive one?
Oh, no. No, it's a bit woolly-bully for me.
Oh, nonsense. You have Javelin written all over you.
I already tried to sell him one. I'm afraid he's a Pontiac man.
Oh.
So, has Earl told you about the rally?
Well, he started to.
Good. Well, this is important. Bad things are happening, Dorothy. The nation's press, they're not being fair. They take all kinds of photos of Trudeau doing some fancy dive, and what do we get? A shot of Bob Stanfield munching on a banana. It's bad.
Well, I thought it looked good. He's following Canada's food guide and having his fruit portion. It sets a fine example.
Except we don't grow bananas in Canada. No votes in eating bananas. He eats Okanagan apples and Niagara peaches all day long, but they snap him eating a banana. It's not fair. And that football thing. You know that Bob Stanfield caught the ball 10 times in a row, but they waited patiently until he dropped one for their picture? He's real handy with a football, but they wanted to show him fumbling. You think Trudeau could catch a football?
I don't know. Trudeau seems awful athletic with all that diving.
What's so hard about diving? It's just air, water, gravity. Splish, splash, big deal.
What's your point, Ernie?
My point. Right. Good thing to have a point. Be direct. We've got to zip things up.
We?
Listen to his idea. It's great.
Big rally next Monday. Golden Mile Plaza. All the Tory candidates from east of the Don River are gathering on the podium. Podium has a ramp up to it, like a water ski jump, except we'll have built a ramp back down the other side, so no car jumping. We want to look peppy, but not reckless. No votes in reckless. So picture this. All the press, the TV, waiting, and then we have a band play something jazzy, and up drives that brand new sporty, sexy, swinging Javelin with Earl and Bob Stanfield sitting in the back seat. Car goes up ramp, Bob hops out, waves to crowd, sporty car, sporty politician, kicking down the cobblestones and feeling groovy. Votes, votes, votes!
But the best-laid plans of politicians tend to go astray, I've learned. The day started well enough. Mr. Stanfield arrived at our dealership 15 minutes before the rally. He shook hands with all the staff and admired our full line of Rambler Americans, Rebels, Ambassadors, and the sexy AMX Fastback Sports Coupe. While Dorothy took pictures which she planned to feature in our ads the minute he became Prime Minister. And then Dan pulled around front in our newest Javelin. One thing I may have forgotten to tell you about my son-in-law, Dan, is that he was raised a strict Mennonite. Old order, oldest of the old. So old, in fact, that his branch of Mennonites likely predated Christianity. Dan's religious heritage shouldn't have a negative bearing on this story, of course, except for the fact that he never grew up in cars, around cars. Never driving cars, never watching his dad drive them. There was no car gene in Dan. But it was Dan who was assigned to take Mr. Stanfield and myself to the rally. Mr. Stanfield and I squished into the back seat, and I tapped Dan on the shoulder.
Just drive slow and steady, son.
Sure thing, Earl. And watch which lane you're in. Right.
We're not in England.
Sorry. Sir, you may want to put your seatbelt on. Sir, I just want you to know this is a brand new American Motors Javelin. It's our answer to the Mustang. This one's engine is a 343 V8. But Dan, there's no great need to demonstrate that. Standard equipment includes all regulation safety features. And as the ad says, its price is much less than a Mustang's, yet you get much more. Nice and easy wins the race there, Dan. Why are you sniffing? Oh, it's that new car smell, isn't it? I love it, too.
Franklin cleaned it for us.
Franklin actually came in and did some work?
He volunteered. Weird, huh? He's never volunteered to do anything before. Hasn't been out of the bunker in 2 weeks, but he was all over the car this morning.
There's not much to tell about our drive to the rally. It was a white knuckler, but you expect that with Dan. Mr. Stanfield seemed calm. Every now and then he'd give a worried sniff, but that was about all. We approached the Golden Mile Plaza, And from a block away, I could see a big crowd, banners, signs, balloons, the photographers, the TV crews, the whole political 9 yards. Dan drove with commendable accuracy along the lane leading to the podium, upon which 20 Tory candidates waited enthusiastically for their leader. The Woburn Collegiate Dixieland Band played like mad, and there were some conservative cheerleaders imploring the crowd to give them a B, give them an O, give them a B. All this should have made my heart soar. They wanted Bob Stanfield, and I was delivering him with panache. The ramp up the platform was steep and narrow. Dan gunned the javelin, sprang to life, and leapt up onto the stage. The crowd went wild. It was an exotic and swinger-type political entrance of which Trudeau could only dream. Okay, that was the good part. The bad part started when Dan hit the microphone stand. The car thunked into the stand, and the glove compartment flew open, as my son Franklin had rigged it to. A large quantity of loose green plant matter flew out. It floated about the cabin of the Javelin, and suddenly that vague new car smell became less vague and less new car, and more like the smell that comes from Franklin's bomb shelter.
Green plant matter, car smelling funny, Franklin preparing car, Franklin setting capitalist warlords up for a fall, photographers swarming, political disaster pending. Oh, my Lord, keep driving! What? Floor it!
And Dan did. We whipped back down the other ramp and tore off behind them all. I yanked a slightly bewildered Mr. Stanfield out of the Javelin and told Dan to get the hell out of there, to drive as far and as fast as he could with all the car windows wide open.
Sure, that got their attention. But now we do the really noteworthy thing, you and I. We walk through the crowd, like Jesus coming into Jerusalem without the donkey. Nice and simple. Very nice, very simple. We've done the spectacular. We've got their attention. Well, now it's time for the human touch.
It was one of the high points of the Tories' federal campaign. Mr. Stanfield strode through the adoring crowd like he was entering some new Jerusalem, even if it was just a Golden Mile Plaza parking lot. And even if the podium had one wrecked microphone stand and 20 traumatized Tory candidates. The cameras loved it. Bob Stanfield, man of the people. I lost the election. It wasn't a slaughter, but the hoped-for Pinko split didn't happen, and the Liberals won the riding. We had a little party at our house. The family, Mr. Fleming, a few others. A chastened Franklin tended bar. We had sealed off the Speedy bunker, and Franklin was tactfully keeping the anti-establishment rhetoric at a minimum. Speedy had entered a new, more placid trimester and was avidly devouring romance novels, which were altering her view of men. It was a fun party, but eventually the guests left, and Dorothy and I went to bed.
Are you sad?
A bit. I was looking forward to going to Ottawa, seeing what I could do. Dorothy, I'm going to ask you something, and I want an honest answer.
Okay.
Are you sad?
That you lost? Sure, of course.
No, not that I lost. That I'll be back at the dealership tomorrow, getting underfoot.
I don't know what you're talking about. Of course not.
Because last week when I was marching around with Ernie Fleming canvassing, he let something slip.
Oh?
He said that first day he was actually in your office asking you to run
for the Progressive Conservatives in Riverdale.
Me?
You, Dorothy Kern. Okay, a slogan. I got it. Surrender to Dorothy. Nah, too Hollywood. Okay, don't spurn Kern.
Wait, Parliament?
Sure, Riverdale riding.
But Riverdale's a bunch of lefties.
They'd adore a woman candidate.
Mr. Fleming, I'm flattered. I really am, but I have this place to attend to.
But surely your husband...
Wrong, Mr. Fleming, wrong. This is my business. I run it. It was my father's business before me, and it's in my blood. Look at those cars. They're like my children. They're shiny, they're beautiful, well-groomed, and I get to spend my days placing them in good homes at competitive financing. I could never give that up.
I see.
But you could ask Earl.
Earl?
My husband. He'd be an awfully good candidate. Everyone loves Earl.
Is Earl the guy with the mustard suit and mauve tie?
Oh, that's him. I know you said you wanted to run a woman in Riverdale, but maybe a friendly man in mustard and mauve might do just as well. He's right outside the door. Should I call him in?
It's almost as if you wanted to get rid of me.
Oh, the truth?
Please.
It wasn't so much get rid of you as have the place to myself. When Daddy was dying and gave the dealership to you, I can't tell you how much that hurt me. I always hung out there when it was Kerr and Nash, and I always thought I'd work there, selling cars with Daddy. He gave it to you just because you're a man. How fair is that? God, I'm starting to sound like Speedy. And even when I started working there, people still assumed it was your dealership. Yours. Mr. Fleming did. Oh, do you understand?
Uh-huh. Hey, Dode.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
What?
Let's change the name, Curran AMC. We'll change it just a bit.
To?
How does Dorothy Curran AMC sound?
Dorothy Curran AMC. Earl? That sounds just fine.
And that was the end of a slightly extraordinary chapter in my ordinary life. I went back to work at my wife's car dealership. My political aspirations went into permanent hiatus. Mr. Stanfield went to Ottawa and spent the next 8 years as leader of the opposition, facing down the Trudeau majority government across the aisle. He was a good opposition leader, intelligent, principled. I remember how decent he was, how his brand of dignity fit him like a snug pair of long johns on a real cold winter's day. I think about Robert Stanfield now and then, and I hope he's doing well. I think it sure would be good to have him around today, up there in Parliament, fighting the good fight, and then being chauffeured home at night to his official residence at Stornoway. Maybe in a Javelin, and definitely not by Dan.
That was Driving Bob by Dave Carley, the third in our six-part series Test Drive. In the cast, Gordon Pinsent was Earl, Jeff Bowes was young Earl, Deanne de Gruyter was Dorothy, Catherine Fitch was Speedy, Michael Waller was Franklin, Andrew Tarbott was Dan, and Richard Binsley was Ernie. The associate producer was Colleen Woods, recording engineer Wayne Richards, sound effects by Matt Wilcott. Test Drive was produced and directed in Toronto by Linda Grierson. James Roy, the executive producer. The roundup continues on Monday afternoon with the fourth episode in our series Test Drive, all six written by the award-winning playwright Dave Carley. They star Gordon Pinsent as Earl Hughes, an American Motors car dealer whom we follow over 5 decades. This week's episode of Test Drive is set in 1976. The Montreal Olympics are in full swing, and Nadia Comaneci is about to receive her perfect 10s in gymnastics. Earl and Dorothy are driving to Montreal in their new Pacer wagon, but that doesn't mean it's a smooth ride. Here now is September Song, Episode 4 of Test Drive by Dave Carley.
If I could have one wish for the stories I'm telling you, I really wish they could all be funny. Or failing that, uplifting, instructional. So that at the end of these 6 weeks, you'd pause and think about my life and hopefully conclude I wasn't such a bad fellow to spend all that time with. And then the airwaves would go silent and we'd go our separate ways. You back to your rich and vibrant lives, and me to wherever it is that moldy old car salesmen go. Unfortunately, not everything in life is funny. Only some of it is uplifting, and very little is ever instructional. I'm Earl Hughes. I sell cars. I don't sell as many as my wife Dorothy. Dodo could sell a rusty Rambler to Henry Ford. We own an American Motors dealership, Dorothy Curran, AMC, on Eglinton Avenue East in Toronto. It's smack dab in the middle of that long strip of car dealers, malls, and fast food restaurants they optimistically call the Golden Mile. And this year, 1976, we're trying to unload a lot full of Gremlins, Hornets, Jeeps, Matadors, and those weird bubble-shaped Pacers. Most days, you'd find Dorothy and me in the showroom. But unfortunately, things are different now. And that's why Dodo and I are driving down the 401 to Montreal, testing out a new Pacer station wagon, heading to the Montreal Olympics to celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary. And I wish I could tell you everything is peachy in that little Pacer. But it's not. For starters, even though I'm trying not to let it show, my heart is breaking.
And furthermore, I'm worried about the inventory.
Not now, Dode.
Well, if we're not going to worry about it now, then when? We've got 150 unsold cars on that lot, Earl. Nothing's moving. So what are we doing? We're traipsing off to the Olympics like we don't have a care in the world.
The cars will all get sold eventually.
But that's just it. What if they don't? For starters, we've got 55 Pacers. They sold like hotcakes last year, but now the thrill is gone. Nobody wants to buy a space buggy with, let's admit it, lousy gas mileage. And are you noticing? So damn much glass that even with the air conditioning on full blast, it's like driving in an oven.
Well, if you're hot, there's ice water in the thermos.
Earl, listen to me. The handwriting's on the wall.
What handwriting?
The dealership is doomed. American Motors is doomed. We thought the Pacer would save us, but it's not. There's no room for an independent car maker anymore. GM, Ford, Chrysler, we can't compete with them. And all those Japanese cars flooding in?
They're a flash in the pan.
Earth to Earl, the Japanese are here to stay. And I seem to recall you said that Volkswagen was just a fad, too? Oh.
Dodo?
I'm okay.
No, you're not.
Promise me you'll sell the dealership before you have to give it away. Promise me.
But the kids, where will they work?
I've talked it over with Speedy, and she agrees with me. And besides, her heart's not really in the car business.
But Dan's a car man.
Our son-in-law is not a car man. He's a mechanic. Dan's a great mechanic, but he couldn't sell a car to save his life. Lord, he can barely drive them. And Franklin, our son and only male heir, Franklin doesn't care. He just says the Lord will see us through. What the hell kind of business plan is that? The Lord will see us into bankruptcy. That's where he'll see us.
Franklin's very sincere about his conversion.
I preferred him when he was a surfer. Oh. If you sell soon, you can get enough money to start up some other business they can all work at. What? I don't know. We're going to have to give this some serious thought. Franklin's gone religious, Dan can't drive, and Speedy won't stop reading. You know what she's reading now? Some book that says she's okay. She's okay, I'm okay, the whole world is okay. Oh.
Toto.
I'm just a bit hot. It was a mistake to take a Pacer.
You wanted to test drive the wagon. Hey, why don't we stop a while? Let's get off the next exit, go sit by the lake. There's a beach at Coburg. Let's stop there, okay, Dodo?
I would love some ice cream.
See? And I'd love to buy you some.
We pulled off the 401 at Coburg and drove down to the waterfront. I helped Dodo over to a bench. We sat looking out at Lake Ontario, and gradually the breeze off the lake cooled her down. And then, as if on cue, an ice cream truck jingled up, and I bought her an Eskimo pie.
Oh, this is the life.
You know, we don't need to drive any further. We could stay right here in Coburg. There's a hotel just down the street. The Breakers, we could check in.
No, it's Montreal or bust. We've had our tickets for a year, and we're using them, come hell or high water. Earl. Well, it might just be the morphine, but I swear I'm hearing music.
You are. There's a band shell back there.
You know, this is a nice little town. I always thought I'd retire to one of these nice little towns. A beach, lawn bowlers, normal kids, ice cream trucks just when you need them, a band shell in the park.
You can't stand it outside the city.
Where are you going?
I'll be right back.
Earl?
I'd had one of my little brain waves. I get them every now and then. They always have something to do with Dodo. When she was well, the brain waves were how to avoid getting in touch with her. But now they're less about making my life easier and more about making hers a little less painful.
Okay, that's done that.
What's done what?
Okay, fellas. Listen to this. So, can you hear it?
I'm not deaf.
It's our song. Do you remember when we first heard September Song?
No.
The Palais Royal, May 1939. Our grad formal. I was a shy, gentlemanly 18-year-old. You were all over me.
Oh, you are such a liar. Was I really all over you?
No, but I sure wanted you to be.
I thought you said you couldn't dance.
I can't. I mean, I never have before.
What do you mean you never have?
I never danced before. You must have noticed I got 2 left feet.
Oh, you are such a liar.
No, honest. Just in front of the mirror.
This is your first dance.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, I suppose I should be honored. Well, I would be honored, except for the fact I had to ask you.
What?
This is the part where you say, "Oh, Dorothy, I'm really glad you did."
Well, I am. I'm also kind of surprised. Why did you?
Because you doodle in algebra.
You asked me to the formal because I doodle in algebra?
Because of what you doodle. If you'd been doodling Betty Grable's legs, I'd have headed for the hills, but you were drawing cars, Nashes. I had no choice but to ask you out. Hey, look, there's a ship.
That's hardly a ship. That's the night ferry to Rochester. Last summer I worked on the day one.
I've always worked at Dad's dealership.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, I am. What'd you do on the ferry?
I loaded the cars on and washed them. Sometimes even if they didn't ask.
You really love cars, don't you?
Yeah.
So do I. I practically grew up at the dealership. I sold my first car at 14. Honest. I mean, Dad helped and he came along for the test drive, but I did all the talking. Earl, just so you know, I don't make a practice of asking boys to formals. If there's any more asking to be done, you're doing it.
But there isn't another formal this year. Oh, sorry. Do you mean you want me to ask you something else?
That's exactly what I mean.
Do you want a drink?
No, I don't want a drink. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to hint. It's a moonlit night. We're on a pier on a lake with a moon, and music is drifting over the water, and there's nobody nearby.
You've lost me.
How can you be so dense? Come here.
Wow. Okay, now I understand.
Earl?
You want another?
First, answer a question. Did you agree to come with me to the dance because I'm incredibly pretty and fun, or because you knew I'd show up in Daddy's brand new Nash? And before you answer, honesty is not always the best policy. Not if you want a second kiss. So what was it, Earl? Me or the car?
You. It was you. Hey, what did I say now?
You were supposed to say the car.
Oh.
Honesty is, in fact, the best policy, especially if you're married to a woman with radar. I never got away with anything with Dodo. Partly that was because she worked with me at Curran AMC, always within ear and eye shot, but she really did have a sixth sense for the truth. And I have to confess, I was very interested in her old man's car. I'd seen her drive it to school. She was the only student at Riverdale with wheels. It was a 1939 Nash, a mammoth 8-cylinder bruiser, flashy new square headlights, built right into the fender. Custom two-tone paint job. I must have looked like a sultan as she drove me to that formal, and I felt like an emperor when she let me drive her back home. That old Nash was a heck of a lot more car than the little Pacer we were waddling off to Montreal in. The Pacer's air conditioning wasn't kicking in, so we pulled over again, just outside Kingston.
Are you sure you want to go on? We could stop here. Take one of those Thousand Island cruises.
No.
But your doctor said if you were too tired...
I know what he said, and if he had his way, I'd spend my last days looking out a hospital window at what? A parking lot? I'm not doing that, Earl, and I'm not taking any boat cruise. I have to think of your health. You'd never survive it, sailor boy.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Oh, well, I never did understand why you chose the Navy.
Well, it was my summers on the Rochester Ferry. I thought I'd earn my sea legs, but Lake Ontario ain't the Atlantic.
I practically got seasick reading your letters.
Oh, 3 years on a minesweeper. 3 miserable years. Redeemed by one spectacular leave.
Now that I won't forget in a hurry.
At the end of 1944, I managed to swing a transfer to a frigate. It was bigger than a minesweeper, and I thought that might ease things up in the stomach department. The frigate was heading across the Atlantic, so I got embarkation leave, 48 hours. With embarkation leave, it didn't matter if you lived in Saskatoon, you still got your 48 hours at home. The travel time there didn't count. Nevertheless, 2 days isn't much time when you're young and in love, and it's even less when my home was in Toronto, but my Dorothy was another 4 hours' drive away, down on the Niagara Peninsula at Farmerette Camp.
You know, if it was weird that I chose the Navy, it was even stranger that you ever thought you could have had a career in agriculture. My lovely Farmerette.
I was being patriotic.
But picking peaches?
Oh, I know.
You were a city girl.
No, 22, and I'd never once been on a farm. Farms were something you drove by on your way to another city. And there I am, picking peaches 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, up and down ladders, my hands and arms black with pesticide, blistered from the sun. And at night, sleeping in a dorm built in the upper part of a barn, having to endure the giggling of 50 other girls, not one of whom knew the first thing about a car other than its color. Oh, I must have been out of my mind. I certainly was homesick.
For me?
For the cars. I was trying not to think of you too much. When I thought about you, I'd just start crying.
You never told me that.
I'd be up a ladder in the middle of a damn peach tree and I'd start. Well, you were going overseas. I just knew with your lousy luck there was a U-boat torpedo with your name on it. I couldn't bear to think about it. When you wrote to say you had embarkation leave, you know, I wasn't even so sure I wanted you to come visit. I was afraid I'd fall to pieces. Funny, eh? There I was up in a tree, crying and thinking today was the day you said you'd show up, and every fiber in me was hoping you wouldn't. At the same time as every fiber wanted you there. I recognized the horn. A 39 Nash, no doubt about it. I pushed aside the branches and looked out. There you were, sitting in my dad's car out on the concession road, honking at an orchard full of farmerettes, confident that one of them would recognize your call.
Earl!
Hey! Hey, I found you!
Stop the damn honking before the foreman hears.
Okay. You smell like peaches.
Let's get out of here.
But don't you have
Never
to pick?
mind that. Let's go. Let's go see the falls.
It's like kissing a jar of peach preserves.
Oh, I can't help it.
It was a compliment. I like peaches. I love it on you.
Well, don't get too excited, because some of that's bug spray, too.
But it's bug spray on you, and that makes it the tastiest bug spray in the universe.
Is that what you've been learning in the Navy? All that Casanova stuff?
I've learned lots of valuable skills in the Navy. Gin rummy, rum and gin. Hey, when do you have to get back?
We're supposed to be in the dorm at 9.
It's 10.
I know. I'm not going back.
But you said they check.
To hell with Farmerette Camp. We've only got a day and a half, and the girls will cover for me. And if they don't, well, so what? Earl?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go somewhere.
We are somewhere. We're in the most romantic spot in North America.
Actually, we're not.
What do you mean?
Oh, Lord, do I always have to ask everything?
What?
Let's get a room.
A motel room?
Yeah.
Why?
Why do you think? But what?
But we're not even engaged.
You could solve that in 10 seconds. Ask me, for God's sakes.
Oh. But wouldn't you rather ask me?
Earl!
Oh, but it's our tradition. You asked me on our first date. You asked me to go steady.
Earl, will you shut up and marry me?
That's 2 questions. Okay. Yes and yes.
Oh, nuts.
What now?
There's no ring.
Sorry, if you told me you were going to propose...
You'll have to buy one in Halifax and mail it back to me. Or I'll just go into Burke's. Why don't I do that? That way I'll have the exact ring I want and the right size. As soon as I get out of Farmerette's, I'll go to Burke's, buy the ring, mail it to you, and you mail it back. Now, wait, that's ridiculous. I'll just buy it and send you the bill. Earl, let's not get a room.
But we're engaged. It's okay.
You have to save money for the ring. You can't be throwing money around like a drunken sailor, and I'm only making 22.5 cents an hour.
But just a minute ago...
I said if we got engaged, we could go to a motel, but we don't need a room. Not with this car. The seats convert, and just think, this way we'll have a view of the falls.
I eventually did get Dodo back to the camp, and to her great relief, the matron fired her on the spot. So we gathered up her things and headed back to Toronto. I shipped out in November, and the war ended a few months later, before that torpedo found me. In fact, the only injury I got in the war was a few bruises during the Halifax riot. A gang of sailors was trying to overturn a Chrysler Airflow. I felt compelled to intervene. I got home in October 45, and the following February, Dorothy and I got married in the parlor of her church. And in July of 46, we were back in her father's Nash, me at the wheel, and Dorothy moaning in the back seat.
Oh, can't you drive faster?
I'm breaking the speed limit.
You're going slow on purpose.
There's traffic, honey.
Oh, God. Earl, pull over.
We're nearly
pull
there.
Over.
You don't need to hear the pyrotechnics. The short version of what followed is, Dodo yelled some words I never knew she knew, and all of a sudden, there was Speedy, the first and only impulsive thing our daughter ever did, 2 blocks from the hospital. Okay, I'll save you the math. We were married in February, and our daughter arrived in June, so now you know the other reason she's called Speedy. We had Franklin 3 years later. He managed to delay his arrival till we got to East York General. None of this back seat of the Nash business for Franklin. And now, Dodo was slumped beside me in an overheated Pacer wagon as we head down the 401 to Montreal. She slept for the last hour. That's a good thing, I think. We checked into the Queen Elizabeth. Dorothy was exhausted and could barely make it to our room. We had tickets for swimming that night. We didn't go, of course. Dorothy slept right till the next morning. And then there was Nadia Comaneci. The 14-year-old gymnast from Romania tripped down the balance beam and into the hearts of the world. She was so healthy, so in control of her body. Dodo smiled when Nadia received her perfect 10s. And neither of us commented on the 2 empty seats just over the gymnast's shoulder. They were Dodo's and mine, and we weren't there. We saw it all on our hotel room TV. We got back to Toronto the next day, and Dodo went straight to another royal institution this time, the Princess Margaret. She declined quickly after that, and in 2 weeks, she was gone. I can't talk about any of that. The day after Dodo died, I woke up angry. I'm not an angry man. You've been listening to me for 4 weeks now, and you never heard me get angry. But I was angry that day. Angry at the whole goddamn world. And every goddamn person in it. Anyone who was tripping down balance beams or reading books or selling cars or repairing them. Everyone who was alive. I went to the only place I knew where I could get comfort. The showroom of Dorothy Curran AMC. But even there, I would find no peace.
There he is now.
It looks really rough.
Daddy, where have you been? I've been worried sick.
Speedy, how many cars in the lot?
What?
It's a simple enough question. Dan, you must know. How many cars do we have sitting out there?
125. 50.
Gas them up.
Sir?
You heard me. Fill their tanks. Every last one of them. Gas them all up.
Daddy, what?
Speedy, I want you to get on the phone. I want you to phone your old high school. Tell them I want to see every damn student there who's got a driver's license and wants to earn a few extra bucks. And then I want you to phone the car clubs. And I'm going to get you a list of your mother's old customers. Phone them, too.
To fill every car is going to take a lot of gas.
Do it!
Yes, sir.
Daddy, what's going on?
We are going to have a cortege, Speedy. We are going to have the biggest goddamn cortege in the history of this city. Now, let's get phoning.
I'm not an angry man. And sure enough, I didn't stay angry for long. When the first high school students began streaming in the doors next day, and I handed them the keys for their Pacers and Matadors, and for the lucky few, Jeeps, well, the anger started ebbing. And when the American Motors Car Club people showed up in their Ramblers and Hudsons and vintage Nashes, well, what little was left of that anger began changing to grief. And then 100 of Dorothy's clients came, satisfied customers, because Dorothy's always were. And when they arrived, well, the tears started, so that I could barely see to drive myself. But we headed out. A line of 300 cars. Old, new, some with faulty air conditioning, some being driven badly because the students were trying them out for the first time, and others driven well because their owners loved them. All of those cars comprising the steel and glass and chrome bits of Dodo's and my shared history. All of them rumbling in a convoy down Eglinton towards Mount Pleasant. First the police escort, and then me in one of our new Pacer wagons, with Dodo's coffin sticking out the rear, and the car covered with the pennants from our car lot, those flapping plastic flags that had always been music to my wife's ears. Oh, that was a great thing. And if a couple of students dinged some bumpers along the way, and if my son-in-law Dan, the worst driver in Christendom, backed into the Eaton Mausoleum at Mount Pleasant, well, none of that mattered. We were seeing Dodo off, and we were seeing her out in the only kind of style she would ever have approved. 20 years have passed, and I still have little conversations with Dodo. Most times they're just in my head, but if I'm down in the bomb shelter, the Speedy bunker, I can roll the door shut and talk to her aloud. Or if I'm sitting by her gravestone, well, I can talk to her here, too. I ask her advice. She gives it. It was always thus. Even at the end, she was giving advice. I won't tell you the last things we said to each other. That's too private and would only embarrass you. But I can tell you what Dodo said to me the second last day, when she was still trying to boss me.
Earl, we need to talk about business.
Dode, not now.
Yes, this is important. Remember what I said on the drive to Montreal? You have to sell the dealership.
Okay, I will.
I'm serious. Don't just say okay to please me. You have to do it. We've had a good run with American Motors, but it's time to get out while we can. And I have one more piece of advice for you. Now, listen up.
Okay.
Are you listening?
Shoot.
It's about the future. It's our best bet for you and Speedy and Daniel and Franklin. Earl, I've seen the future. Can you hear me?
I hear you. You've seen the future?
Earl, it's Toyota.
Toyota?
Toyota.
I'm Earl Hughes. I used to sell cars. That's me, leaning against a rust bucket 87 Matador, talking to a hunk of stone. Apologizing yet again to Dorothy for not taking her advice, because we didn't sell the dealership, and we didn't jump to Toyota. We did eventually do something else. We got out of cars entirely. I don't think Dodo's ever going to forgive me for that one. no matter how often I come here to explain. Okay. I'm going to talk to her a bit more now, in private, and then I'm going to drive home. I'll be back next week. Honest. I'll be okay. You go away now.
September Song by Dave Carley, the fourth in our six-part series, Test Drive. This episode of Test Drive is dedicated to Hector Dupuis, a carman and a car lover. In the cast, Gordon Pinsent was Earl, Jeff Bowes was young Earl, Deanne de Gruyter was Dorothy, Catherine Fitch was Speedy, and Andrew Tarbett was Dan. The associate producer was Colleen Woods, the recording engineer Wayne Richards, sound effects by Matt Wilcott. Special thanks to our historical consultants, John Langley and Ralph Valesiano. Test Drive was produced and directed in Toronto by Linda Grierson. The executive producer, James Roy. The roundup continues on Monday with another episode of Test Drive, written by Dave Carley and starring Gordon Pinsent as Earl Hughes, an American Motors car dealer. We follow him over 5 decades of the dealership. This week, it's 1987. American Motors is about to be swallowed up by Chrysler. Earl's daughter, Speedy, has had the bright idea to get into donuts and open a Tim Hortons on the site. But can Earl and his family switch gears in the nick of time? Here's The Last Temptation of Earl by Dave Carley.
My name is Earl Hughes. I used to sell cars. Ramblers, Rebels, Nashes, Pacers, Javelins, Jeeps, Metropolitans, all kinds of them. My wife, Dorothy, Dodo, she sold even more. But she passed away 11 years, 2 months ago. Her last advice to me was to sell our American Motors franchise and buy a Toyota dealership. And I should have, but I didn't. After Dorothy died, my daughter Speedy, her husband Dan, and their kids moved into our house, and I retreated to a flat in the basement. I like it down here. I call it my burrow. It's got a shower, and there's the Speedy bunker in case of nuclear attack. I listen to Speedy and her family clumping about upstairs, and I'm not lonely at all. Hell, I'm 65. That's too young to be feeling like this, and I know what you're thinking. Earl, for some people, life starts at 65. Tammy, with all the wisdom of a 10-year-old, says, Grandpa, you should take up golfing. Dan, my son-in-law, wants me to join a church. Speedy says, try dating, Dad. Imagine, your daughter ordering you to go on a date. I used to tell her that. Anyway, I have the dealership. Or I did until a month ago. I used to sell cars. Now I'm about to sell something very different. Speedy, do you really think this place will be ready in time?
It has to be.
We've got less than a month.
I know. Daddy, why don't you go home now?
I don't mind the noise.
The Chrysler people are coming in an hour to take the old dealership signs down. You don't want to see that.
It's sad, but things change. You know, your mother told me I should have sold Kerr and AMC. She wanted me to go over to Toyota. She told me that in 76.
I know.
If I had listened to her, we'd still be in the car business. Earl Hughes, Toyota. But instead, American Motors sells out to Renault. Imagine that, foreigners. Then they turn it around and sell us back to Chrysler, who shuts us down.
With a month's notice.
Mr. Iacocca wants our line of Jeeps. Nothing else. It's over. And now, we're going to be Guy Lafleur's.
Dad, Tim Horton.
I was just teasing you.
I'm too tense to be teased right now. Come, Buck. See, Dad? Kitchen's nearly installed. It's mostly just the seating area that needs to be done and the drive-through.
There's going to be a drive-through?
Dad, I've told you all this. You can't have a Tim Hortons without a drive-through. People hate getting out of their cars. But for the few that do, we'll have picnic tables out front.
Right where our Ramblers used to be.
Dad, why don't you go home? I'll get Dan to drive you.
I want to live.
Then drive yourself, Mr. Stubborn.
Speedy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know how hard this is on you. It's hard on me. I've been reading this book on the stages of grieving.
Who died?
The dealership. It's like a member of the family. But we have to look on this as a new beginning. An opportunity knocking, a time to make important changes in our lives.
Yeah.
Dad, Tammy will be home for lunch soon. I've left her a sandwich in the fridge, but I really should stay and supervise.
In other words, you're needed here, and I'm not.
It's not, Dad.
It's okay, Speedy. I understand. Speedy and Dan have 4 children, 3 boys, and then Tammy, my favorite. The boys mostly ignore me as they dash about being boys, but Tammy, she loves cars. She inherited the genes. She always makes time for her granddad.
Grandpa! Grandpa!
What?
Grandpa, there's a strange man in the driveway. He just pulled up in a 1972 Ambassador Brougham 4-door station wagon.
I'm coming.
It's likely a V8.
They only came in 8s.
Wood-grained exterior paneling, Grandpa. Oh, that is gross. How could you sell cars like that?
Is there a surfboard on top?
Yeah.
Does the man have long hair?
Ponytail. Take a look.
That's your Uncle Franklin. Let him in.
Well, well, who's this pretty young lady?
I'm a girl.
This is Tammy. She's 10.
Hey, Tammy, you know who I am?
You're my irresponsible Uncle Franklin.
Tammy.
My reputation precedeth me. Hi, Dad.
Hi yourself.
It's been a while.
Are you the same uncle who's the Bible thumper?
Not anymore, kiddo. I'm an irresponsible surfer again.
Cool.
Tammy, it's not cool. You should have phoned to say you were coming.
What, and wreck the surprise?
Your sister will have kittens.
Speedy can relax. I'm only passing through.
You stayed a year the last time you passed through.
Are you the same uncle who didn't pay rent and ate us at a house and home when Mom was pregnant with me?
Yep, Tammy, that's me.
Is everything okay, Frankie? Are you well?
Everything's A-okay. Nova Scotia was a blast, but I want to be in Tofino in a month.
Well, there's a pull-out in the basement. You're welcome to that. Speedy and Dan are busy at the dealership. The business, I mean. So if you're going to stay, you can help me with the meals. Tammy, shouldn't you be getting back to school?
Okay.
Why aren't you down at the dealership? You retired?
Redundant.
Uncle Franklin, what's your all-time favorite car?
The one that gets me here to see you.
Hey, Uncle Franklin, did it hurt when you smoked your brains out?
Tammy, school?
Please, can I stay home?
No, now give me a kiss. Now get lost.
See you tonight, Uncle Frankie.
Bye, kid.
So, Franklin, is everything really okay?
Yeah. No. I'm broke.
You want a loan to get you to Tofino?
Not a loan. I'll go work at the dealership to earn it. Just a couple of weeks. I can clean cars, whatever you want.
How are you at mixing donut batter?
Huh?
A long story. Now, listen up. You're welcome to stay here, but you can't smoke marijuana in this house, not with the kids around. It's not like last time. You can fool Tammy and Timmy and Teddy, but Tommy's 15 now, and he'll figure it out.
No problem, Dad.
No, I'm serious. And no glorifying your lifestyle either. I don't want them thinking that a 37-year-old uncle who wastes his life surfing has a lifestyle worth imitating.
Okay.
Okay, then.
So, bring me up to date, Dad. How's everyone? Speedy, how's she?
She's good. Busy.
And my car-smashing brother-in-law? Dan still backing into things?
Well, they clipped the side of the garage last week.
And what about you? Seeing anyone special yet?
That's none of your business. I haven't had time. No. A month went by, just like that. Franklin wasn't a bad roomie. He wasn't home a lot. He worked hard at the dealership, the donut shop. Painting, drywalling. He was a lot more useful than I expected. And finally, the day of our dress rehearsal arrived.
Okay, here's the plan. This is just like test driving a new car, only there's no cars. We have 50 invited customers, seniors, coming this afternoon.
Where'd you find that many?
Golden Plough Lodge in Coburg. I went to school with the program director and persuaded her to organize a bus trip to Toronto. They're going to come in and order different items, and we have to see if we can serve them. It's like a mock nuclear disaster. Remember the ones I used to have in the Speedy bunker? Same thing, only this time...
It's donuts.
Dan, how's everything in the kitchen?
Not good, honey. The batter's still frozen solid.
Heat it up!
It won't fit in the oven.
Well, put it outside in the sun. Speaking about the great outdoors, Daddy, I need you to wipe down the picnic tables. The seagulls from Kentucky Fried are leaving their calling cards again. Okay, everyone, 2 hours. 2 hours and counting.
So this is what it's come to. Cleaning bird poop off plastic picnic tables. Still, they say these Tim Horton franchises are a license to print money. And it'll be a relief to see Speedy and Dan financially secure.
Once I had a secret love.
And then the vision. It's as if we'd stepped back in time, all the way back to 1954. Up pulls a perky Nash Metropolitan, hardtop, two-tone, white-top, orange body. The car stops, the door opens, and there's a leg splaying out, and a body on top of the leg. It's been 33 years, but I recognize her right away. It's Daphne Bambrick.
Hello there.
Hello.
I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for the Curran Nash dealership. It used to be somewhere up here on Eglinton.
Oh, this was it, actually.
Oh.
We sell donuts now.
Tim Hortons.
Is there something wrong with your car?
The door's squeaking, and I need a new windshield wiper.
But that's a 54 Nash Metropolitan Coupe. Parts for those don't exactly grow on trees. They have to be special ordered from a place in California.
Well, isn't that the limit? I've just driven from there.
You drove all the way here? In that?
I didn't hurry. It took 3 weeks. Had some adventures along the way. Do I know you?
Actually, yes, you do. I sold you that car 33 years ago.
You're Earl.
And you're Daphne.
You remember me.
How could I forget?
Oh, but I must look so much older. And
looking at you, feels like those years just melted away.
Oh, young man, you have a silver tongue. Oh, so then you must remember how we got caught in a hurricane and you had to spend the night at my place. I really look the same, huh?
You haven't changed a bit.
No.
Okay. Truth is, she did look a bit different. Her legs were still slim, but the rest of her was a bit boxier. She was actually shaped like a 1958 Rambler Ambassador now. She curved out at the sides, and her front grille was kind of sagging. But I was in no position to judge. I don't even have all my original parts anymore.
Earl, why are you staring at the sky?
I was remembering how much I loved selling those Metropolitans.
Oh, I've loved driving it all these years.
You've used it.
Oh, but I also had a Toyota for my daily driving.
Oh, yeah.
I saved the Met for Sundays. Would you care to go for a spin? Toronto has changed so much since I left in 54. It was like a village then. You'd better drive. I'm sure I'd get us lost. Oh, wait. Wait. As I recall, you had a wife who didn't take kindly to your being out with me. Are you allowed to get in cars with strange women yet?
My wife's gone now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you're hardly a strange woman.
Oh, you don't know Daphne.
If I remember correctly, Daphne was a nymph.
Daphne still is.
Oh, yeah. Let's go for a drive. What on earth possessed you to come back here?
Well, I spent 30 years in California. I decided to come back and see what the East was like, see if it was still here.
Daphne, did you ever get discovered?
Well, I hung out at Schwab's, and then I tried some of the nightclubs, and I crashed the parties. Sure, I got discovered, but not by any reliable explorers, if you catch my drift. I was in some movies.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Mostly extra work, but I had 3 words in Ben-Hur, and a scream in the Poseidon Adventure. Oh, and I got to drive my Metropolitan in American Graffiti. Uh-huh. Actually, it's in 2 scenes. Yeah, there's one where I'm behind the wheel, driving, and the other time it's just the car. It's parked at a hamburger joint. But there's about 5 seconds where you can see it really clearly.
Oh, wait, was it a rear view of the car?
Yeah, I think it was.
You can see our dealership's badge.
Oh, see? Fame all around.
Well, what did you do when you weren't in the movies?
Madam Librarian. Oh, that was my training. I worked at the Beverly Hills branch.
Oh, that sounds exotic.
I suppose. Until the day I woke up and realized that 3 decades had gone by, and I was old.
You don't look old.
Aw. Well, I don't feel old either. What about you?
Do I feel old?
Oh, well, that too.
I don't feel old, no. But I think maybe I started acting that way. But life starts at 65, you know.
I wouldn't know.
Of course not. I must have 10 years on you.
Where are we?
This area is called Don Mills.
Earl, where are you taking me?
My place.
Are we having an adventure?
An adventure? Well, I don't know about you. Yeah, I sure am. Well, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. The grandkids are all at school, and I think that a rum and coke with a pretty lady would be just the ticket.
You're playing my song, Jason. Oh, no, I really feel young. 16 all over again, sneaking boys into my mother's house at night. Except now I'm the one being snuck.
Speedy and the family live upstairs. When they moved in, I converted the basement.
It's cozy.
That's one way of looking at it. Here's your drink. Cheers.
To chance encounters and happy reunions. I'm surprised a handsome dog like you didn't remarry.
That's what everyone says.
Widowers usually get snapped up by the time they've left the funeral home.
Well, I'm not most widowers. Maybe living with Speedy and the grandkids has something to do with it.
How many grandchildren?
4.
Oh, yep, that'd scare them off. What on earth is that metal door?
That leads to the bomb shelter. In case of nuclear attack, the Hughes family is in a state of full alert. At least we were in the early 60s. Now we mostly use it for storage.
May I look?
You may guess.
Is there a light switch?
Yeah, right here.
I've never been in a bomb shelter before.
No, it's got everything. Running water, a fridge. I keep my beer in it. And there's a fan system that moves the air down a pipe to the back garden. At one time, Speedy had that entire wall lined with preserves.
It smells a bit...
musty.
Well, that too.
I can turn the fan on.
I'm not sure that'll help. Earl, may I ask you a personal question?
Well, depends how personal.
Do you smoke marijuana?
No, never have. Why?
How old are your grandkids?
Oh, Tommy's 15. What?
Never mind. Earl, do you believe in fate?
No.
I do. I think it was fate that you were out there cleaning those tables when I drove up.
Or it was the damn seagulls flying in from the Kentucky Fried. Or it was fate.
Because what are the odds that I'd drive up and you'd be there, and then we'd go for a ride in my car and end up in a fairly dark bomb shelter?
Well, you just turned off the...
Make that a pitch black bomb shelter. Earl, are you ready for that adventure?
I was ready the moment you drove up today. Actually, the moment you drove up in 1954. So now I'm overdue for an adventure. Starting with a kiss.
That's fine by me.
Where are you?
Here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't be.
We'll hold that kiss for a moment. I don't want you to think I'm totally naive. In the 11 years since Dodo had died, I had in fact kissed other women. It was Jean McCrae who kissed me one election night at Tory headquarters. But that was a sympathy kiss to a fellow canvasser after we lost the Don Mills riding for the 6th time to the Grits. And there was Peggy Westerland kissed me after I carried all the boxes in for her church's White Elephant sale. But that was kind of a religious thank you kiss, I think. Mary Rose Duncan gave me a big wet smacker after the mixed doubles tournament at the golf club. But that was at the 19th hole, and she was seeing a bit fuzzy. Because right after me, she smooched the trophy case. But I had never kissed a Daphne. And never in the confines of a pitch-black bomb shelter with all the romantic possibilities that affords.
You kiss well for a man who's been on furlough.
Say kissing is like driving a car. But I'm also Earl Hughes. I am in possession of some of the worst luck, romantic and otherwise, in this nation. I'm also related to people with some of the worst sense of timing on the continent.
What's that?
I don't know.
There's someone coming.
Oh, man, do I need this? Yeah, baby. Nova Scotia Gold. Woo-wee. Where's the damn switch?
Hello, Franklin.
Dad.
What exactly do you need?
You scared the bejesus out of me.
What's Nova Scotia Gold? Some kind of cod?
Who are you?
Franklin, this is Daphne Bambrick. Daphne, my son, Franklin. What's that?
Hello, Franklin. Pleased to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
I asked you what's that.
Well, what's what, Dad?
That's a marijuana cigarette. Huh? Give it to me.
Dad?
I thought we had an agreement that you weren't going to smoke this stuff in the house. But just a few minutes ago, I come downstairs with Miss Bambrick, and I can smell something suspicious down here. Oh, yeah, right away I'm smelling a rat. So we came in here to investigate further, and sure enough, son, you've been smoking pot in here ever since you got back, after I asked you not to.
But you haven't smelled anything before. I've been down here smoking all month. I put the fan on. Half the time you're right there in the next room watching Lawrence Welk reruns.
I never watched Lawrence Welk. Don't believe him, Daphne. And it doesn't matter if I can't smell it. If a tree is smoking in the forest, it's still a pothead.
Hey, what's that?
I don't know.
I hear giggling.
So do I.
Your grandchildren?
No, they should still be at school. Franklin, close the door. Be quiet. Sounds like Speedy. She must have forgotten something. We'll just stay here really quiet until she's gone. And then Daphne and I will go, and Franklin, you'll go, and we'll finish this discussion about Nova Scotia Gold tonight. Darn, sounds like they're coming down to the basement. Quick, turn the light off.
Maybe she's just getting some laundry.
It's got to be fast, Danny. I've got to get back and finish thawing that dough.
Oh, it's your dough I want to thaw.
You're so bad. Off with your pants, slave.
At your command, oh speedy master. What was that?
I could swear...
Speedy?
Earl!
Dan.
Dad! Franklin!
Franklin?
Shouldn't you be at work?
Dad!
Who are you?
I'm Daphne Bambrick. Pleased to meet you.
Franklin, what are you doing here? What's that? You people are smoking pot. I can't believe it. Dan, look, my brother and my father and Franklin's date are in my bomb shelter smoking pot.
Actually, I'm with your father.
I beg your pardon?
I'm your father's date.
Dad!
Right on, Earl.
Dan, don't encourage him. Dad, is that true?
Why can't I have a date?
What's going on?
Daphne and I came in here to investigate an odd smell, and then Franklin came in here to create some more of the aforementioned odd smell.
Stool pigeon.
And then we heard footsteps, and we thought it was a burglar, so we hid. And now it turns out that the day before the grand opening of our Tim Hortons franchise, with a vat full of frozen donut batter thawing in the parking lot and seagull poop covering the patio furniture, you and Dan can somehow find the time to meditate in the Speedy bunker. And what happened? We end up having a family reunion. We all trooped back upstairs a bit sheepishly, and I made everyone some sandwiches, a late lunch. And by the time we were done, the kids were all home, so I started to make an early supper. I was just starting on the salad when Daphne went and put on her coat. She motioned me outside. Daphne, where are you going? Aren't you going to stay for supper?
Nah. Earl, it's been a slice. But I think you have a full enough life without me.
I'd like to see you again.
Well, sure, but first I should hit the road. I've got this nifty car, and even if the windshield wiper doesn't work and the car doors squeak, I've still got an itchy pedal foot.
Won't you at least stick around for the opening tomorrow? Free donuts.
Nah. I think I'll see if I can get to Buffalo tonight. I'll poke my way down to Florida. But I'll be back someday, Earl. We are going to finish that kiss.
So what did I learn that day in 1987? I guess, first of all, that the fates had indeed married me to Dodo for life, for both our lives, like a pair of loons. And that's not such a bad thing, because despite a pot-smoking son and a meditating daughter and 4 raucous grandkids, it's a pretty rich life.
Grandpa! Grandpa!
What, Pumpkin?
It's time for the grand opening of the drive-thru. Mom says that you and I get to be the first ones to test it.
Yeah.
We're going to drive up, and she'll serve us, and there's TV cameras there. And guess what the car is?
Hey, Earl. Take a look at the car we got.
It's a 1939 Nash Ambassador.
Oh.
8-cylinder.
Speedy rented it from the car museum.
Mommy was born in the backseat of a Nash.
I know, Tammy. I was there.
So let's go.
I think you may be starting to suspect how this ends. Dan tossed me the keys, and I got in the driver's seat. I love those old Nashes. Tammy got in the back and bounced around. And then I'd realized I'd left my glasses at home, and my license insists I wear them. And the truth is I'm as blind as a bat without them. So against my better judgment, I handed the keys back to Dan and got in the back seat with Tammy.
Can I tell the next part?
Oh, well...
Please, Grandpa, please.
Okay.
Grandpa and I sat in the back with no seatbelts on because they didn't have them in 1939 cars because it was the Depression and everyone was too poor to buckle up. Daddy drove up to the speaker. That's where you order your food. And he made the order with all the TV cameras on him.
Welcome to Tim Hortons. What can I get you?
Hi, honey.
Keep it professional. Dan, why are you talking and not Dad?
Honey, the cameras. How about a dozen donuts and a coffee? What do you want, Tammy?
Timbits.
And Timbits.
Dan, what the hell are you doing driving that car?
Your dad forgot his glasses.
Oh, Mother of God. Okay, be careful, please. Please be careful. Just drive forward slowly. You can proceed to the service window now. Dan, please be careful.
And Daddy proceeded carefully.
Yeah.
But Daddy only drove buggies and horses until he was 20.
Yeah.
Daddy is the world's worst driver.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm taking over now.
Aww.
The Nash is a huge car. The lane to the service window is very narrow. But Dan only missed it by 3 inches. Luckily, Speedy jumped back in time just before he hit the window. A dozen donuts, a box of Timbits, and my coffee went flying into the air. It was all caught on film. Front page in the Star the next day. And you know, we couldn't have had better publicity if we tried. The bands played, the customers came. In 1 month, we made as much profit in donuts as we had in an entire year selling cars. Within 6 months, we were all as plump as hell. Even Franklin, who's decided to stay and has taken a real shine to Timbits. I often see him disappearing into the Speedy bunker to munch a couple of boxes. And Daphne, she never did return. So I never got to finish that kiss. I'm pretty sure she went back to Hollywood. Almost positive I saw that little Metropolitan of hers in a movie. It was the Bridges of Madison County. It's mostly a scene about a bridge, and it's a covered one, so you don't actually see a lot of Daphne and her Metropolitan. You have to know where to look, and even then, the whole thing is over nearly as soon as it starts. And you get a glimpse of something wonderful, and then it's gone. Just like life, eh?
Temptation of Earl by Dave Carley, the 5th in the 6-part series Test Drive. In the cast, Gordon Pinsent was Earl, Catherine Fitch was Speedy, Andrew Tarbett was Dan, Michael Waller was Franklin, Terry Hawks was heard as Daphne, and Katie Lai was Tammy. The associate producer was Colleen Woods, the recording engineer Wayne Richards, sound effects by Matt Wilcott. Test Drive was produced and directed in Toronto by Linda Grierson. James Roy was the executive producer.
Today, we're presenting the final episode in our series, Test Drive. All 6 episodes were written by award-winning playwright Dave Carley and star Gordon Pinsent as Earl Hughes. He's an American Motors car dealer whom we've been following for 5 decades. Today's episode is set in 2001. Earl is more than 80 years old, and his driving has deteriorated. After he's involved in a minor fender bender, he's forced to take a hard look at some of the things he's taken for granted. Here now is the final episode of our series, Test Drive, by Dave Carley.
My name is Earl Hughes. I used to sell cars, but right now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm dead. How else do you explain all the long faces? That's my daughter, Speedy. Eleanor, there. And Dan, her husband. And then spreading out in the pew beside them are their children. The really young ones are their kids' kids. Don't ask me their names. And over here, over to my side here, this one dressed like the Pope on LSD. Believe it or not, that's Franklin. Yeah, Franklin, my son, the pothead. Excuse me, former pothead. His life sure has taken a dramatic turn. And would you look out there, filling the church? What a mob. I didn't know what they always say, die young, pull a crowd. Except I'm 80. It's not exactly young. But that is most definitely a crowd. Okay. Franklin's motioning for Speedy to join us at the front, and up she labors, my dear little girl. Well, she's not so little anymore, is she? Speedy's been selling donuts for 15 years. She's shaped like an upended station wagon now. And she's not a girl anymore. She must be, I'll do the math. Speedy was born in the back seat of our Nash, 1946. 2001. 55. She's 55.
Now, to say a few words is my sister Eleanor Hughes Burkholter. Most of you know her as Speedy.
Thank you, Reverend Frankie. Thank you, all of you, for coming. Daddy would have been tickled to see how many of you are here today. Of course, knowing Daddy would have used the opportunity to try and sell you a car. Sure, he's got a 55 Rambler or a 76 Pacer stashed away somewhere. Oh, I wish Daddy could be here to see the cortege we've arranged. This carries on a tradition begun with my grandfather, Harry Curran, who passed away in 1954, and my mother, Dorothy, or Dodo Hughes, who died much too young in 1976. And I will remind you that after the interment at Mount Pleasant Cemetery, you're all invited back to our Tim Hortons on Eglinton East. It's on the original site of our family's car dealership. You can admire the vintage cars that'll be assembled there. I can't think of anything that would make my father more happy or proud than that. We can share some refreshments and swap stories about the wonderful man I call Daddy. And talk car talk. Oh, how to summarize a life, huh? Especially one that was as rich in friends and family and events.
Okay, I'm not going to listen to this part. First of all, because my life was actually resoundingly ordinary. And all this eulogy stuff, it kind of sticks in my throat. That's not my style. Still, when I look at Speedy and Franklin and my grandchildren and those little peckers who must be my great-grandchildren, I can't help feeling my head swell a little. I must have done something right. I just wish I could remember what that something was. And I wish I could remember how I got here.
In a minute, we're going to hear from our correspondent in Beachy, Saskatchewan, with her opinions on spring and love in that province. But first, do you remember...
There's a mall and a gas station, except that... Is that it?
Lots of calls to send
where the living hell am I?
And then there's Mr. Bob Perry of Buckhorn Falls, Ontario, who says you can actually nail Jell-O to a tree. And every February, Buckhorn's Jell-O on a Tree Festival draws thousands of tourists.
Oh, boy.
He just rear-ended me. I saw everything. I was stopped at the lights. He ran right into me.
What happened?
This is just what I need today.
Oh, gosh. Now what?
Roll down your window.
My window?
Where the living hell did you learn how to drive, you idiot? You nearly killed me. How could you miss seeing me? I was stopped at the light for 30 seconds. Doesn't this old piece of junk have brakes? You stupid man. Is he okay? Of course he's okay. He's just too damn old to be on the road. He might be in shock. He's not talking. Mister, are you all right? Look what he did to my Lexus with that piece of junk.
It's 72 Ambassador Brougham.
What? Okay, see, he's talking. He's okay. That's a good sign.
It's a 72 Ambassador Brougham. It retails for $38.65 in the four-door. The coupe is a bit more, V8. This car was my son's. See? Franklin. I have to warn you, it has been exposed to salt air. Franklin was surfing in Nova Scotia the whole time he owned it.
Oh, great. He's demented. The old fool is demented. Another bloody senior demented citizen roaming our streets. Damn. You stay right there, mister. Damn. George, hold the meeting, will you? I've been rear-ended on Eglinton. Oh, I'm okay. I've got the bumpers waxed. Yes, I'll have to go to my chiropractor just in case.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, ma'am. Yes, I'll have the accident report filed, and yes, you can be on your way now.
Good. Now I've got a meeting to run.
Phew. She is a real piece of work.
I didn't see her. I honestly didn't. I was trying to find my lot. It used to be along here. I don't understand.
Your lot?
My car lot. Curran AMC.
Sorry?
Dorothy Curran, AMC, Curran Nash. We sell cars. I can't find it. They've changed everything.
That's okay, sir. Listen, they're going to have to tow your car. The front end's taken a bang, and 2 of your tires are flat. I'll give you a lift home. Where do you live? Where do you live, sir? Let's just see your ID again. Okay, 23 Muircrest Court. Is that your house?
Yes.
Okay, whereabouts is that?
Don Mills. It's in Don Mills.
It's not far at all. Okay, sir, Mr. Hughes.
Yeah,
Mr. Hughes, sir, I'm going to drive you home. Is there someone there?
My car.
We're sending your car to the garage. Do you understand?
Where's it going?
The garage. I'll get you the address. Sir?
I'd rather sit in the front. If I'm in the front, they think I'm selling you the car, or maybe I was a witness to something. You know, if I sit in the back, my neighbors will think I've done something bad, and they'll tell my daughter.
Okay, I'll just have to clear some stuff off. And what could you be doing, sir, that was so bad?
You'd be surprised.
Wine, women, and song, eh?
I voted Liberal once in 1968.
Some might not think that's a crime.
I was the Conservative candidate. What is this? What make?
Ford.
How big's the engine?
I don't know.
How can you not know? Some police departments bought Ambassadors, you know. They made great patrol cars. A lot of power under the hood. What do you drive when you're not out arresting old men?
A Nissan Pathfinder. Okay, front seat's ready.
How much did the Pathfinder put you back?
Daddy had been failing for the past few months. His death was sudden, but not unexpected. Still, you're never really ready for that void, are you? This morning I went to the basement door to call him for breakfast. I expected to hear his cheerful, "I'll be right up, Speedy, keep your pants on." And then we'd have our coffee together and plan our day. But he was ready to go. Not so long ago, he told me he didn't want a lot of wailing and eulogies at his funeral. I think we can avoid the wailing, but I do want to say a few words. Sorry, Daddy. It's not the first time I've disobeyed you.
Okay, officer, here comes Franklin. Funny thing, if it was 15 years ago and you were here, he might have thought I was turning him in for... he liked his pot, you know, but he's straighter than an arrow now.
Sorry, I got here as fast as I could. Speedy phoned me. She couldn't get away. What's happened, Constable?
Your father was in a minor accident.
Oh, Dad, are you okay?
Well, it was just a fender bender.
His car had to be towed.
Actually, it's Franklin's old car.
But you're okay.
I hit a Lexus. Pretty good for an old guy, eh?
No one else was hurt?
No. Mostly just damage to the lady's daytimer, as far as I can tell.
She was a real nasty one, Franklin. I did the world a favor giving her a bump.
Well, thank you for staying with him.
But that's okay. Your father, he seemed a bit disoriented at first. I couldn't quite persuade him to go to emergency.
Should I take him?
I think he's okay.
Fellas, I'm in the room, too.
You might want to take him to his doctor. Just have a check.
I'm fine. Not a scratch. Totally corpus mentis. Even at 80, I got more working brain cells than Franklin.
Dad, let's keep it dignified.
Your dad's been trying to get me a deal on a pacer.
That'd be Earl Hughes, all right.
Should I book him on attempted bribery of an officer?
A pacer is hardly a bribe.
I'll head out now. Mr. Hughes, I have to keep your license.
Pardon?
I'm afraid it's the law, sir.
My driver's license?
Yes.
Well, you can't.
It's procedure.
Franklin, you can't do that.
Drivers over 80 have their licenses automatically suspended if they've been in an accident. You can get it back. It's just a suspension, but this is the law. Sir, I've written out the numbers for you to call to set up your appointment.
No, officer, don't leave. Franklin, get him to come back. If I can talk to him. Franklin, please. Run and get him. But Franklin just sat there and let the cop go because, as it turned out, me losing my license was exactly what he and Speedy wanted.
Franklin and I have been talking about this, and we've made a decision.
The answer is no.
You don't even know what we've decided.
Give Speedy a chance, Dad.
Well, the two of you are sitting there like a jury. Just bringing in a hanging verdict, and I'm not having any part of this.
We've decided we don't want you driving anymore. Daddy, did you hear me? We don't think you should drive anymore. Not after the accident yesterday.
But that was one little fender bender.
It's a miracle nothing worse happened.
It was one accident.
There are dings all over that car. It's not your first.
Well, those dings are from you when it was your car. Anyway, what about Dan? Your husband's had 1 million accidents. Take away his license.
We're not discussing Dan's failings. It's you we're concerned about.
It's not your decision.
Dad, please. Please be reasonable.
I am being reasonable. I want my license back. I want my car back. How will I get to work?
Dad, you're retired.
Have you thought about
working.
that? And how will I pick up Tammy at school?
Tammy graduated from U of T 3 years ago.
I know that. Frankie, Meals on Wheels. You're always saying your church doesn't have enough drivers. And golfing, okay, tell me. How do I get to the golf course? Do I just fly there?
You can take the bus.
No, I will not take a bus. I have to drive, Speedy. I have to drive.
Things change in life. I've been reading this old book of mine again. It's all about passages. There are stages in life.
This is not a stage.
Dad, you're not driving, period. End of discussion. Where are you going?
If I can't drive, I might as well die.
Dad, come back. Dad? Are you okay?
Lordy, can't I go to the bathroom without you bird-dogging me?
You've been in there a long time.
Oh, I'm an old man.
Sorry, Daddy. Hey, you haven't seen the phone book, have you? Have you got it in there?
Now, why on earth would I have a phone book in the
I
washroom?
can't find the portable phone either.
Go away.
Are you sure you're okay?
Go away. Speedy, leave me alone.
I have to get back to work, but I'll be home for dinner.
Finding things in the Toronto phone book is the second most frustrating thing in the world. They put all the government services in one little section, somewhere in the middle, and they mix them up. So you can't tell what's provincial or federal or local. And then, when you do finally find a number that you think might just work, well, then the first most frustrating thing in the world kicks in.
You have reached the Ministry of Transport. Pour service en français, pressez numéro 1.
Ah,
For English, stay on the line.
yes?
Welcome to the Ministry of Transport's automated voice answering service. To better serve you, we offer you the following options.
Here we go.
For service in slow English, press 1.
What on earth is slow English?
For license renewals, press 2.
What did you say? Speak slower.
For license exams, press 3.
What was that? That must be...
If you are a senior citizen and need to renew your license, press 4.
Bingo.
You have chosen option 4. If you would like your instructions in slow English, press 1.
And so it went, option after option, until I accidentally pressed a 0 by mistake. And to my utter surprise, got a real person. I was so shocked I nearly fell off the toilet. And this was a very polite phone person who spoke to me in normal speed English. A minute later, I had my driver's test appointment all lined up. I made it for midday so I could sneak out of the house without Speedy knowing. The subterfuge was necessary. There's a lot of prejudice against senior citizens, and the driver's license is younger society's first point of attack. First, They gave us a 90-minute group seminar with a video. Nothing too challenging there. I just made a point of agreeing with everything the nice lady said. And then I had my road test. They told me I had to have a G1 test first. That's city streets only. If I passed that, then I could try the highway one. But I don't much care for that. I don't like leaving Toronto. I'm a city boy. I suppose it's reassuring to think there's life north of the 401, but I certainly don't need to witness it firsthand.
Mr. Earl Hughes?
That's me.
Oh, Mr. Hughes, I'm Cody Chen. I'm going to give you your road test today, so my car's out here. Mr. Hughes?
Oh, don't I get to drive my car?
Well, no. Our examination cars have to have the special brakes. Your car is...
What about my car?
I understand it was towed to the garage after your accident.
You know about that?
Well, it's in your file.
Isn't that just like the government? They can't answer their own phones, but they got a file on me. But that's not your fault, mister. Can I call you by your first name?
Well, sure. It's Cody.
Cody. Of course. I'm Earl Hughes. Pleased to meet you. Now, what kind of car are we driving then today?
Well, it's a Toyota, Earl. A Toyota Camry.
Isn't that excellent? My wife Dorothy always says the future of cars is Toyota, and here we are, getting tested in a Toyota. Oh, she'll be very pleased. I think that's a good omen. Smooth ride.
Yes.
What kind of suspension do these things have?
I don't know.
How much does this set you back?
Sir, the parking brake. Now, sir, Earl, we're just going to drive around a few residential streets first, try some parking. And then we'll go on some arterial roads, Eglinton, Victoria Park, turn at the stop sign.
So how long you been doing this, Cody?
5 years. Sir, turn.
Oh. I guess you must have to test some really bad drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Oh, wait till you get my son-in-law, Dan. He's the worst driver in Toronto. We don't let him drive off the car lot, usually. Dan was raised a Mennonite, one of those strict ones. Grew up riding a buggy, so he's never got the hang of cars. I guess you don't have too many Mennonites in China.
I wouldn't know, Earl. I was born here.
Oh, of course.
East York General, actually.
Oh, that's where my grandchildren were born. Where'd you go to school?
Don Mills Collegiate.
Is that right?
Earl, you see that spot up there? Let's try a parallel park.
Oh, sure thing, Cody. Don Mills Collegiate. Oh, well, isn't that a coincidence? Maybe you know my daughter, Tammy. My granddaughter. She's in her 20s. Nice girl. Smart as a whip. Loves to dance.
You're not matchmaking by any chance, are you?
Oh, she loves cars, and you're in the business, sort of.
Oh, let's try parking now. There's a spot there.
Okay. Here goes nothing. What was that?
It was the other car's bumper. You hit it.
Oh.
You hit it hard.
Oh, I did that on purpose. Sure. Shows I've nestled her in. Nice and snug. That's the way to park. Nice and snug. Don't be wasting space, I say. And those new bumpers, they can take a real whack, and they just bounce right back into shape. You see? Now what, Cody?
Well, I suppose we could try Eglinton Avenue.
Sure. Which way is that?
You don't know where Eglinton is?
Well, of course I know. I've worked on Eglinton for nearly 50 years. Curran AMC.
What's AMC?
American Motors. Ramblers. Jeeps.
Oh, Jeeps. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is it.
This is Eglinton?
Turn right. Actually, I wouldn't mind a coffee, so we'll try a restaurant drive-thru.
Oh, okay.
There's a Tim Hortons a few blocks up. We'll go in there.
Oh, Tim Hortons?
Sure.
Are you sure? There's lots of other drive-thrus.
No, I like the coffee there the best. And the lane's fairly narrow. It'll be a good test.
This was suddenly too close to home for comfort, but I wasn't in a position to argue. Cody was holding all the cards. I know he hadn't been impressed with that little nudge when I was parking. So if he wanted a coffee at the Tim Hortons drive-thru, that's what he was going to get. I just prayed that Speedy wouldn't be working the drive-thru. But did I ever tell you about my bad luck?
Welcome to Tim Hortons. What can I get you?
Oh, damn.
What?
Pardon?
I lost my voice.
Hello? May I take your order?
Cody, you order.
One large double cream.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Drive up, please.
Oh, please don't be Speedy at the window. Please don't be Speedy.
Earl?
Okay, here you are. One large double cream. Hey!
Hi, Speedy.
What are you doing in that car? What are you doing in a Toyota? What are you up to? Young man, who are you?
I'll see you at dinner. Here's a toonie. Bye.
Who was that?
Oh, just an acquaintance. Never mind.
Okay, Earl, just pull over. There's a space there. Good. I think I'll take it from here.
What do you mean?
I'll drive back to the office.
It didn't take a rocket scientist to know what was coming. Cody drove us back and disappeared for a few minutes. Then he called me into his office.
Earl, I think you'll agree with me. That was not an entirely successful afternoon. I mean, there was a problem with the parking, your turns all went wide, and I don't know what that all was at Tim Hortons. Most importantly, you're too easily distracted. I mean, if you have a passenger, you just seem to keep talking.
Oh, that's my training from when I used to go out with customers to test drive new cars.
But I also have a hunch you could distract yourself. I'm sorry. I have to fail you.
I can't have my license back?
I'm sorry, no. But you can retest in a year. You have to take the seminar again and then the in-car test.
I can't drive?
Oh, no. But like I said, you can take the course again, and then there are driving lessons you can sign up for, and then it's a simple matter of retesting. Some drivers get their licenses restored this way. I'm sorry, Mr. Earl. I know this must be difficult for you. I'm truly sorry. Now, can I call you a taxi? Sir?
No. That's okay. Son?
Yes?
Was I really that bad? Tell me the truth.
I couldn't pass you.
Was I dangerous to people? Could I hurt someone?
Eventually, perhaps.
Then you did the right thing. Afternoon. I don't know how much a fare is. That's $3. Can you give me a yell when you get to Muircrest?
Sure thing, Pops.
Thank you, miss. What's your name?
My name? Brenda.
Brenda. I'm Earl. Earl Hughes. Not Pops.
Earl, you should take a seat. I've got to pull out.
Someone told me once there were no happy endings. Brenda, I'm a case in point.
That's so.
I sold cars for nearly half a century. I ate, slept, and breathed them. My year began every September with the arrival of the new models. My pulse started racing the second a customer showed up. For me, moving the car off my lot and into the hands of a buyer was, to use an old expression of Franklin's, it was a rush.
Who's Franklin?
Now, I can't even get behind a wheel. Ever again. I know Cody said I could come back in a year and retest, but the lad was just saying that to give me some hope. Anyway, when you're his age, a year is nothing. For me, well, who knows where I'll be in a year? Huh? Pushing up daisies in Mount Pleasant.
Hey, you dropped your paper there.
So I think this is about it. I'm no use now. A car man who can't drive. There's no honor in that. Hell, I'm just a burden. And that's one thing I swore I'd never be.
Earl, quit feeling sorry for yourself.
Toto?
You're being pathetic. I'm ashamed of you. Never thought I'd hear you talk like that.
But I can't drive.
Well, then you take the bus. But you don't give up.
You don't understand, Toto. I want to give up. It's time. You gave up.
I was ill.
Oh, it's my turn now. It's my choice, too. I want to be with you. It's time. I can't drive, Toto. You must understand.
Yes. Of course I understand.
Muircrest. Muircrest. Hey, Pops. Earl. Muircrest. Muircrest. Mister. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
So, that was Dad's life. If you asked him, he'd tell you it was all pretty ordinary.
and he'd probably tell me to stop going on about him and go out and sell something. Unfortunately, I don't sell cars, but my dad did, and I think it is the best of all occupations, and he, in turn, was its noblest practitioner. Daddy, more than anyone else, understood how much those piles of steel and glass on wheels define us. I will ask you all to come now and join us in his cortege. The cortege to end all corteges, as arranged by his old customers and the collectors' clubs in Toronto. Ramblers, Nashes, Metropolitans, Javelins, Jeeps. This is a convoy that will memorialize Daddy better than all the words Franklin and I could ever think to say. So please, let's carry Dad out. Let's go to our cars. It's time to take Earl Hughes home.
That was Test Drive by Dave Carley, the final episode in our 6-part series. In the cast, Gordon Pinsent was Earl, Deanne DeGruyter was Dorothy, Catherine Fitch was Speedy, Michael Waller was Franklin, Richard Lee was Cody Chen. Louise Gauthier plays the Lexus woman and the voicemail woman. Wayne Ward was the cop, and Diane Leckie was the bystander. The associate producer was Colleen Woods. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects by Matt Wilcott. Test Drive was produced and directed in Toronto by Linda Grierson. And the executive producer was James Roy.